And this is A&B Convo's Wrestling Edition.
Man, I got to tell you, it just was not working out today, not in the cards. B's not here. I was late, stuck in traffic. The monitor behind us has failed and refuses to recognize the computer. The only good thing that I got going on right now is my brother, none other, from another mother, Steven Sandridge, the wrestling historian, Mark Bar Wrestling.
It's Stevie time.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's the only time I'll ever go up into that upper register for the next 3 hours.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, man. Well, you know,
I'm okay with that. And of course, we got the channel mascots. But my man has got big gold right here.
Emotional support belt here tonight. You never know what's going to happen.
I got to tell you, man, this belt, I never liked this belt on television, but in person, I get it. This is a nice looking belt.
I can't help it. That I look good. I can dance all night long. Woo! Here we go.
I love it. Good to see everybody. Thank y'all so much for joining us. My apologies as we were trying to figure some things out. We see that we got a impromptu match right here. Miss Tiffy in the Bank.
Wasn't Chelsea supposed to have a mystery opponent tonight?
Yeah, well.
I feel like the whole show has gone to rewrites tonight, which, listen, maybe it'll be better, but
it might be.
I thought we were getting something else.
It might be. In the meantime, in between time, let me go ahead and say, first off, I love the Mountie.
Yes.
The Mountie is fantastic.
Piper has been, by the way, any fans of Phineas and Ferb in the chat, calling herself Agent P on the down low. Like, she has been putting in some, like, low-key MVP, not Montel Vontavious Porter, but low-key MVP numbers right
Absolutely.
now.
Absolutely.
Great part of the show.
So let me go ahead and get this out of the way. We got the channel mascots. Here's the original channel mascot. She is the Shih Tzu Terrier of Terror, weighing in at 15 pounds. Give it up for the one and only Bone Crusher.
Yeah.
And here's our other channel mascot. She's a Golden Doodle mix. She's weighing in at, I think, 25, 24 pounds right now. You know her. You love her. Give it up for the Stella, the Storyteller Rose.
Yeah.
There you go. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. First and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and run it down real quick because Anthony was first in line with that fast pass. Boom. Yeah.
Hey.
We acknowledge you. Steven in the house. Yes, indeed.
Is that what Ricochet sounds like? I don't watch Dynamite.
Oh, no. Ricochet, he goes, aha!
Is that Jadakiss kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't know, but he puts a little head nod into it. You know, it's
just a little off kilter. He might stab you in the forehead with scissors or something.
I got to be honest with you, though. I'm not terribly mad at this Ricochet. At least he's more interesting to watch than he was here in WWE. Aside from just in the ring. In the ring, he's great.
Yeah.
But outside of the ring in WWE, he didn't really have him do much of anything.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? So at least
he had to go to AEW to get character work, which is
at least
that's interesting, huh?
So that's neither here nor there. Now I'm going to run out real quick. We've got a couple of Jamba Juices. I'm going to go ahead and hook my man up.
All right.
So Roman Reigns is hanging out. We were going to hang him up high, but we decided
Hangman style. I mean, no, we weren't.
we weren't going to do a thing.
Yeah, we were going to lift him up in prayer.
There we go. Yeah,
physically. I mean, spiritually speaking.
Father God, I sincerely hope that Roman Reigns comes back to Elimination Chamber tomorrow and layeth the smack of down all over. I mean, we'll see what happens.
I mean, how does Roman feel about the current landscape right now? I'm dying to know.
We'll see what happens. So let me go ahead and give some quick shouts over here to the fine folks. Alexander is in the house. Good to see you. Sophie Dopey. We got the Mod Squad up in the building. JR Dugan is here. George Lewis. Thanoshan. How are you, my friend? Oh, wait. No. Nia Jackson's out here.
Nia and Candace in matching outfits.
Taking it.
Team unity here. Oh, and Tiffany's about to catch hands, too.
Firmly.
DQ.
Oh, now they ring the bell. Now you ring the bell? Okay.
Well, yeah. So once they put hands on the active competitor.
I gotta say this, man. I said this earlier. I'm going to say it again. Trish Stratus, God love her. Okay, her face didn't actually do anything there, but you have no business being in this ring at this stage. You have done your bid for God and country. You have retired. You're a Hall of Famer. And yet here she is mixing it up with the youngsters.
Yeah, I mean, respect that, but the old drawing of the evolution of man, contextualize that to women's wrestling, and like these gaps have gotten bigger and bigger, and so we think fondly and think well on the Trishas and Litas, but like we jump from them to the horsewomen to the ladies we have now, and like these gaps keep jumping. So while it's nice to see her back, I don't know that I always want to see her mix it up with the current product, because I want to remember her for being the trailblazer that she was. You know what I mean?
I'm not.
I mean,
mad
she
at
looks
it.
great. I don't think she'll get super tired.
Where do we just disappeared for a second?
Oh,
that was interesting. We know that she's going to be doing her thing and what have you. I have to insist, and I don't know who we can talk to about this. You shouldn't wear high heels.
No.
It's an ankle roll.
Well, you know, Pac broke his ankle on much less when he was in the ring with Jericho all those years ago, just trying to baseball slide. So, like, nah, somebody needs to talk to Trish about that. And I mean, if you got to wear lifts or something just to not look 5'2" standing next to Tiffy, that's okay. I get it. Prince wore heels all the time, you know?
The governor of Florida.
Hey, yeah.
I'm just saying.
I love how I just automatically believed you when you said that. I was like, sounds about right.
No, that was a that kind of came out during the whole when all the Republican candidates were coming in. So he will always wear his cowboy boots. And so his cowboy boots, the toes, they're depressed like this, like he has small feet. So the idea is that he actually has lifts. He's got tiny little feet.
Ron DeSantini. That's what we call him.
See, that's just saying. We're saying, but we're not saying. We can't confirm.
Yeah.
But we can't deny.
Yeah. I've never taken him to Payless. I don't know.
But I would love for
Put his
somebody
foot in
to
the
just run
machine.
up on him. One person grab the body. One person grab the feet. Aha! That would be awesome.
So we've got a shuffling of the U.S. title picture tonight. Originally, it was supposed to be LA Knight versus Nakamura for the title.
Yep.
But real talk, Nakamura's like wrestling mentor passed away in the past couple of days.
Yeah.
And I get the feeling he's not even there tonight.
Yeah.
So instead, they're doing 3 separate matches with contenders, and the winner of those matches are going to have a triple threat to determine the new #1 contender. So it's LA Knight versus Escobar. It was supposed to be Mello versus Braun Strowman and Andrade versus somebody. But I wasn't listening to Jacob just now, which
let's see what
he
man's got
said
to
something
say.
about the title. Oh no, they talking about gunning for it.
Oh.
I want you to represent this family. As a matter of fact, I want you to bring home the United States Championship to this family. Understand, everything that I'm doing is to show you how much I love you.
Yeah, Rickardy, you never saw that movie Kinshasa Burning?
Wow. It's so funny because we're not getting that I love you solo anymore.
It's so passive aggressive now.
You know what I mean?
And like Solo better check himself. Solo's gonna get the stretcher treatment at Mania.
I'm invested in this.
Oh, absolutely. Solo has never been more interesting to me since he was the enforcer for Roman.
Now talk about somebody that's interesting. Now here we got Andrade, who has not been reteamed in any way, shape, or form with Zelina Vega, who is now on SmackDown.
Not her or Charlotte. Well,
Nothing.
never mind. Sorry, I forgot. They're not together anymore.
Well, you know.
But still, yeah, Andrade, I don't.
He's gonna cry on his big pillow.
Pants, no.
If anybody watched that film, which by the way, I haven't heard that term. I actually have that film on VHS.
Oh, nice.
Okay, it was one of my favorite
It
films.
was a regular rental in our household for me and my
Love
brother.
that movie. You don't hear those anymore.
Yes, the predecessor. It was when Mike Myers was workshopping the Shrek voice.
Fine
it's
film,
great
folks.
stuff, yeah.
Fine film. And we're going to go to commercial break. I'm going to grab those Jambas. Justin Holland Crane is in the house. Thank you, Mark by Wrestling, for letting everybody know that we were going to be a little behind. We appreciate that, J.R. Dugan. What up, T, man? George Lewis. Of course, we got the Teflon Don, the Mod Father. What up, Teflon Don? How you doing? How you doing? I love it. I love it. Good to see you. I don't know why. I've been seeing a lot more in my feed for some strange reason. A lot of Enzo Amore.
Well, he showed up on Jericho's cruise.
Yeah.
And he and Big Bill, like, reunited for one night. So some people are clamoring for them to reteam a little bit. But honestly, I mean...
I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah, together they were great. But Bill's he's tiptoeing towards that next phase of singles stardom.
All right, I'm going to dip out real quick. He's going to hold down the floor.
Yeah,
Give me 1 second.
We'll keep chatting it up, you guys. Rickardy, not a fan of Enzo and Cass or whatever they'd be called. Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel like the mileage on Enzo, you know, he's an acquired taste at this point. So I feel that. Coming back, Sophie Duffy. Yeah, so I heard that Malachi / Alistair, whatever he'll end up being called, that he may be back sometime soon. So I mean, it would be awesome if we saw him as soon as tonight. It would be cool if they, you know, inserted him into that U.S. title picture already, but we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, I'm sure that they have plans for Rey Fenix for whenever he gets free from, I think Eric Bischoff referred to it as Guantanamo Bay, once he gets out. But I would love to see Malachi or who, you know, whatever he's going to be called. I'd love to see him go right into that scene with LA Knight and with Andrade and Mello and possibly Jacob and Solo. I mean, honestly, all those guys could really tear it down. I mean, I don't know what they'll do with the U.S. title at WrestleMania, but seems like both mid-card titles, you know, they could be headed for multi-man matches, and I don't know. So we'll see what happens. Digless, you think we're all full here for former AEW guys coming back? I don't really think of Black as an AEW guy since I first got introduced to him in NXT. Probably like a lot of us, but that's fair. I don't know if they'll do anything with Rusev or not. I liked Rusev while he was in WWE, and then he left. And I do think Diglets has a point. Like, you can't keep saturating your product and just bringing the same guys back and forth to each place. You know, I touched on that briefly about sort of the evolution of women's wrestling, and like WWE's plan that now that they're stretching to this ID program and LFG and Evolve, but like their NXT pipeline, like they've got some people that could really be game changers as they're coming up. So we'll see what comes of it and how much room will there be bringing people in. So I don't know. I don't know what we'll get. Big Joe says Bill has carried himself as a singles competitor better than he ever did when they were in Zone Cast. Yeah, it seems like he's handing into that. Yeah, hey Thomas, I'm Steven. I'm in the chat most of the time. But I'm subbing for B tonight. She's got a prior engagement. And A is here, by the way, if you're just now joining us. He just stepped out to get a call real quick. So they're recapping LFG right now. And we'll see what they've got going on. Bubba Ray Dudley, one of the coaches. Have any of you guys been watching LFG at all? Thank you, Brandon. You rock, my friend. Jay White and WWE. You know, I don't know about that. And I mean, it's nothing interested in Jay White. It's nothing against Jay White at all. I think he's really talented, but at the same time, thank you, my good man. Fantastic. All right, got to stay hydrated. Yeah.
Got to take care of my man.
I don't know. I'm not convinced that WWE would use Jay White to his full potential if he came in. There's just some guys that I think are better built for AEW. And I was thinking, honestly, this may be a little controversial, and there's a great spread here. Who's staring at the food? Cody. Compliments of the final boss, he said. He's got a whole sushi table and
Yeah, he does.
Truth is in Toronto. Let's go.
One more.
I'll hold that
Channel
AEW
mascots.
thought for just a second. I'll bring it back in a minute.
All right, there we go. One more for the channel mascots. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Is that the business?
It's the business. This business.
This business. All right.
I like it, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
There we
See,
go.
I like what I'm having right here. Compliments of us. Look,
Every
this is what
sip, I'm
saying.
just like, I'm just
And I
kidding.
tell
I'm
you
not
what.
going to do that while we're here.
Cody's wearing the long coat. It looks to me like he's already sold out. This is what you do when you're the consigliere.
Man, yeah, I don't know what I want Cody to do. Because honestly, he's going to be, I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but I think Cody is going to be reinvigorated no matter what choice he makes.
Yeah.
He's gotten so much more interesting now. Like, and that's the thing. Cody's not a bad on-screen presence at all. You just got to give him something interesting to do.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Look, he's fine on the mic. He's decent in the ring. I have no issues with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
But they really haven't. They just been kind of throwing some stuff at him to see what sticks.
Yeah.
In the interim, and I don't love it.
He thrives with good material. You know, like we've said before, there's levels to this.
Yep.
And he is a guy who is better, who is helped by good material. There is a stage above Cody. It doesn't matter whether it's chicken salad or chicken, you know what, that you'll make it work on the mic or whatever. And I don't know that he's there yet, but as long as you give him something even midway decent, he can make it interesting.
That's about right. That's about right.
So, okay, so Andrade's got Jacob Fatu. Now, this is another change. I swear when I read earlier today, Jacob wasn't involved in this, nor was Big Jim, because I was upset that Jimmy Uso was not included in this U.S. title contendership. Bro just beat Drew clean last week. I mean, I don't know why he couldn't at least be thrown a bone. But, well, my initial complaints that we're going to end up with another LA Knight, Mello, Andrade fest is probably, I ain't worried about that now.
You are not
Not with
lying.
Jacob in the ring.
I don't know how
Yeah,
I feel
I mean-
about this match, though. How do I feel about this match? Look, Andrade needs. The man came back from AEW.
Yeah.
To be utilized.
Yeah.
Not just to be putting talent over. Like
Yeah.
I want put some shine on me. You know what I mean? But now you're coming in here with the Samoan werewolf. I'm really on the fence about this matchup.
I don't love that this match just got given to us with nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this match could have at least had a 2-week build to it.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause they haven't been doing much with Andrade, to be honest with you.
And these two could cook. And they don't really seem to give Andrade a chance to work. Because, like, even Penta is cutting promos.
Thank you. Thank
And,
you.
like-
They just got him backstage with the Miz and whatever, you know.
Yeah, and Mello, they're putting Mello with Miz. I mean, they're doing something.
Yeah.
But Andrade just comes out with that banging mask, and he's got aura, but like he barely even gets vignettes. I mean, I'm
wanna
not
get
saying he has
the-
to have an undefeated streak, but like
No.
But like at least give us a chance to think, hey, they're building him. Maybe he'll win.
See,
I don't
now-
believe he's got a chance.
If
in
I
this
were on
match.
commentary, I'd be like, all right, we got shades of Charlotte Flair. That would
That's why they bleeped it out. Yeah, they were chanting for Charlotte in the crowd. They're all going,
Oh, man. All right. At the 19-minute mark, let me give a quick mwah. Love you to my baby sis. Thank you for being here and showing that love.
right,
Let me
all
run
right.
down here real quick. Finish up the shouts. Let me see. Who else do we have in here? Dulcie Chatham, Movie Queen. Yeah, we
Dulcie.
were having some problems today. It was not a great day. But we made it. 3 Diglets loves wrestling. Loves wrestling.
I don't think there's few things he loves more.
It's Stevie time. It's Stevie time.
Stevie time.
I don't know if it has that same.
Repping
Yeah.
Gorilla and the Brain tonight.
That is
My
a thing.
team here.
That is a if y'all don't know, this commentary team, this
This is
was
goated right here.
just-
You can keep JR and the King. You can keep Cole and McAfee. Give me Gorilla and the Brain all day long.
There was nothing like it.
Yeah.
Nothing
Will
like
you
it.
stop?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. Sorry if that was louder, if that peaked on the mic. Sorry.
What's going
Just
on,
happy to be
Chris?
here.
Wrestling Views. Good to see you. Big Joe is up in the building. Wesley Franklin, always a pleasure, my friend. Hassan Terrell is up in here. George Lewis, Aaron Teagle, and the one and only Jody Bennett. Woo! What up, Jody? Good to see you. OG Triple OG Sophie Dophie's in the house. Y'all keep an eye on things. We're gonna hold it down while B is away, and I promise you, nothing's gonna happen to him. He's in good hands.
He's perched safely and carefully behind us.
Now we might fade to black. I can't guarantee what happens.
Do you say he's going to catch a fade? What?
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. All right, Sean Swaby is in here. Brandon Thomas, good to see you as well. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, predictions. We're gonna do predictions. We're gonna run it down. B's not here, but we're still gonna do predictions. Deals by Drew. Love that name. So stick around until we are done. This is like Marvel. Like when the movie is
Post-credit
over
scene.
and credits, exactly. The credits are rolling, stay in your seats.
Which is cool because we're kind of like a multiverse with
like
our
that.
channels.
And I gotta tell you, side note, it blows my mind to this day how many people still leave, like for like an opening night of a Marvel film, how many people still get up and walk out
Yeah,
when it's over?
I know. I do get to the point now that when I see people shuffling around, I whip my phone out and I just Google, does Brave New World have a post-credit scene? Just the yes or no. And then I'm like, okay, nobody move. We're not going anywhere.
Nobody move from your seat. Now, I just even stay regardless. Every time I go with the family, and it doesn't matter what film it is, I'm just sitting there waiting till the end. I don't really care who made it, whatever. Like, when there's nothing here, I'm like, shh, just let me enjoy this.
Yeah.
Let me enjoy this. All right, 3 Digglets. I see you, brother. Thank you for being here. May 10th supposed to be back. Return. That's on a Saturday, so maybe like Monday night he'll return. Maybe. Thomas Salas, good to see you as well. Thank you very much for joining us here. We got the matchup: Jacob Fatu going against Andrade. And I think I have just about caught up, but we got the first super chat right here, starting off right, none other than 3 Digglets.
All right. Unos, dos, tres,
This
Digglets.
is what I'm talking about. So say ye. Jay White, Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, Seth freaking Rollins, Will Ospreay. I swear they are all the same people. It's like the DBZ characters. They all have the same face, but different hairstyles. That's cool.
I don't know enough about Dragon Ball Z to verify the veracity of that claim. But there is a lot of similarity in the
cool.
I'm a good wrestler character. So need a little something extra. I mean, Seth at least tries to differentiate himself from everybody.
Yeah, he does. I'm going to be honest with you. Fight me if you want to. I do not, and nor have I ever really loved since he's been on the main roster. I would say, what was it? The FCW wrestling, Florida, when they were NXT, Seth. I liked a lot more than I do main roster Seth in the ring.
Yeah.
He's fine on the mic, but it reminds me of Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch does not excite me in the ring. She doesn't. She's fine on the mic now. I liked her when she was a heel, and it's not like you can't wrestle. I'm just saying, I can't say it enough. I like a little tapatio, a little spice, a little something extra in my wrestling that I don't really get
Becky
with them.
Becky Lynch, just so we're being clear here, reminds me of like that member of the family you all kind of dog on until somebody from outside of the family steps in, and then you're like, no, this is like she might be mid, but she's our mid.
Yeah.
You know? So like, because I never loved Becky more than when she was cooking Ronda Rousey. When she was the one to step up. Because Becky Lynch unequivocally is the best promo of all 4 horsewomen.
Yeah.
When they just let her cook.
Yeah.
And Seth, when he goes to that place, which I call the Matt Riddle place, so y'all know what I mean. When he goes to that place,
Riddle place,
he's top tier too.
Yeah.
But Seth kind of suffers from the bridesmaid syndrome. Like always the Padawan, never the master, you know?
Yeah.
Like he seems to hit his peaks at times where there's always another GOAT. Like, he can't overtake Cena. He can't overtake Roman. Now Punk is back. And, like, he has achieved so much, just about everything you can achieve in WWE. And yet, for that reason, I think he's good enough to be the guy, but he's always got a better guy he's in the shadow of that. I think when he retires, I'll still say, you know what? He was still kind of underrated a little.
Yeah. I think it's fair.
But I mean, he just had the bad luck of being, you know, just being like Attitude Era level Triple H or something.
That's it. Hold up. We got
we got it?
Yeah, we got to cover.
That's it. Thanks for playing, Andrade. Yeah.
Decent match, but yeah, you're right.
But yeah, you know, like, I mean, he's good, but he's just always got somebody who's a step ahead.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's only so much you can do with that.
Only so much you can do. He's got some injuries. He's been doing this for a long time. I can't be mad at it.
We did never get that one-on-one with Becky and Rousey. I'm a little chapped about that.
Let me tell you something. Ronda Rousey don't want to catch those hands.
I mean, I don't want it. I don't want it now, but like,
I want it all day.
I didn't take it. Well, you know, if this was a real fight,
you know, I mean, don't get me started on that, man. Don't get me started on that. We got Isaiah Smalls, baby. What up, Isaiah? Good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us. And Jacob Fatu caught that dub. And there goes Andrade. Now, this is the perfect time for him to be backstage, licking his wounds, and then, bumps into Zelina.
Yeah.
And they like, you know what? Let me talk to you for a minute. Tranquilo is back.
I don't mind him sinking a little deeper if there's going to be some kind of catalyst
Has to be.
for him to rebound. I'm okay with that. Now, I saw a kid behind the announce table that has actual Jey Uso shades that has Yeet written big on the lenses. So is the shop selling that now? Because last time I checked, it was just like regular old gas station shades with a small logo on the side.
Small logo. We got that up there, and I don't know why.
I don't know. That's a cash cow, man. That is the Bret Hart pink shades of the early 90s. Like,
Thank
I don't
you.
get it. Okay.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Tez looks sharp, dude.
Oh, yeah, he does. I like it.
The gloves and the jacket.
He's talking big facts right now. 3 months on the shelf.
Why do I feel like
Dawkins right now?
Yeah. I feel like I'm watching a scene from The Departed.
You're not lying.
I mean, that's a compliment, by the way. It's a Best Picture winner. What's good then? Come on.
I'm gonna need. I am gonna need Dawkins to either grow in the full beard or use some little tan skin, some skin tight.
Yeah.
But here's the situation. This is the last day of Black History Month.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead and give a Black History Month tip for the brothers out there. We cannot use a straight blade. Okay, it has to cut at a certain level. You got to use some clippers, otherwise you need to use some. It's called razor bumps.
Yeah.
It is painful and it is unattractive.
Yeah.
So, my brother, I love you, and as a fellow brother that suffers from that condition, some skin tight or some tense skin.
He needs to. I think he needs to. I know he's probably got a little bit of a little brother syndrome there, but he needs to listen to Tez more because Tez has got his. I mean, his appearance game is right there. You know, and I don't know if it's because he's listening to Bianca. I think they both have style, but
I love the swag that I'm seeing from Dawkins right now.
Yeah.
What I would prefer to see also, I love it. Okay, how do I say this? I like a tag team. I'm old school. Okay. I like tag teams to look the same.
Sure.
Not only in the fit, but like appearance. Like let's go back to Tony Atlas and Rocky Soulman Johnson.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? These were two brick houses.
Oh yeah. Mighty.
You feel me? That's how I like to see my tag teams kind of looking the same. Now, obviously, like if you're a legit tag team, I'm not talking about like a Chelsea Green and a Piper Niven.
No.
A legit tag
We're
team.
talking Rockers, British Bulldogs.
Yes.
Demolition.
I want you to look the same.
Yeah.
I need Dawkins. I don't know what it is, but I would love if Dawkins sort of adopted the fitness regime, the workout routine that Tez has. Because if you watched his show with Bianca, there was a brief period where they were like trying to do bodybuilding and like the fitness thing and, compete and all that stuff. If he did that, man, that would just put him just that over the edge.
Their body types are different enough to where they'd have a distinction. They do kind of have a British Bulldogs kind of setup because for those of you who don't remember, the British Bulldog was actually a part of a tag team called the British Bulldogs.
The British Bulldogs.
With another dude named the Dynamite Kid who was amazing for his time. He was a prototype Chris Benoit,
That's right.
Kurt Angle type guy. So he was a little smaller, but still like
stocky,
thick.
thick.
Stocky.
Yep.
And then Davey Boy, I mean, if you've seen the British Bulldog, you know that dude is yoked to the price of eggs.
Rest
and so
in peace.
like,
Yep.
yeah, so Dawkins can be the Davey Boy of the team still, or even like the Road Warriors, like a Hawk and Animal style, like, maybe he's a little shorter, but he's thicker and the tall guy's leaner and he's the one who comes off the top and all this stuff. They could totally wreck like that. If he just, and I think he's closer now to that than he's ever been.
Yes.
But yeah, I think just a few small touches
And that can
to
make
the
all the
presentation.
difference.
Yeah,
All the difference.
absolutely.
Tina Loveth, good to see you. I think you might be a new name in the chat.
Oh,
We
okay.
got
What's up?
Chaos Theory 035 or 035. Good to see you as well. I'm going to read the chats as soon as I catch up in the chats because we started off kind of rocky today. I apologize for that. Three Kings following it up with a big super chat right here. Thank you very much, Three Kings.
All right, Three
Tonight is the A. I want to say the ASS show. Let's go. Also, y'all can give Roman the 3D. I mean, I cannot confirm or deny any harm may or may not come to Roman Reigns before the ending of this stream. I don't know.
AJ, get the tables.
I'm just saying. We might, you know what?
I should have worn my glasses tonight instead
You
of my
never lied.
contacts.
We might need to get a pre-cut table in here.
Yeah.
Just like a
Buffalo
Disney,
Bill style.
It just breaks and we can put it back together. Breaks,
Yeah.
put it back together. Whatever the case may be. This is what I'm talking about. Thank you very much, Three Kings. Now again, stick around. We're going to be doing a post-show predictions of Elimination Chamber. So,
all right.
I need y'all to stick around for that. All right, let me go ahead and see if I done caught up in the chat. And I think I might have, nope, Three Diglets coming in. Come on, Three Diglets.
Oh, what we got?
What the hell? Where were these prophets when Lashley was there?
Can I channel my Jack Nicholson Joker real quick? They were at home washing their tights.
What he said.
Yeah,
1989
being
Batman.
wasted.
Go
Being
with
wasted.
that.
That's what they were being.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, man. I'm going to tell you.
Speaking of 1989 Batman, real quick, you want to know what hurt my feelings the other day? I was on Max, the streaming platform.
Yeah.
And Max, owned by Warner Brothers Discovery, they also are the company that it has assumed Turner Classic Movies,
Right.
TCM. So they have Netflix little subgenre sections of menus you can search through. So it's search Turner Classic Movies, and it's like Casablanca, Wizard of Oz, Gone with the Wind, that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, of course, totally. 1989 Batman. And I was like, what did you just say to me? And I'm like, I could hear the Sarah McLachlan music playing in my head, and
In the arms of the angel.
I started walking in slow motion and everything. It was there weren't any leaves on the ground; they just showed out, started blowing in the wind. So sad.
Oh, man. I feel you.
Okay, look at these jackets,
I'm not mad at it.
jacket and vest.
Oh. DIY.
Ciampa taking out both knees.
Attacking the Sith prophets. That's what we're going to be calling them right now. The Sith prophets from behind. Yeah, you ain't never lied. I don't know what's going on right now with B-Fab. They could have had her be all heelish with them. It would have been glorious.
It seems like once they caught that attitude, they dropped her, which is weird because they were the only team in the division whose manager actually stepped up for them.
Thank you. Which, again, I'm all kinds of sour. We're trying to see if we can get Alexa Lopez, a.k.a. Carissa Rivers, on here. I want to talk about this because they didn't utilize her correctly when she was in Legado del Fantasma. She
No.
should have came over here with the brass knucks. She should have been
Yeah.
the
A
competition.
loaded purse, something.
Oh, here comes Pretty Mid.
Yes, boys.
Attacking the Sith Prophets. We got chaos and anarchy going on right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it always blows my mind whenever somebody goes shoulder into that ring post. They make it look and sound so good.
Yeah. Whatever they case the post with now
Yeah.
is so loud when they
Yeah.
hit it, which is just perfect. Oh,
Wow,
Hit him
this
with
is
that
chaos
wrapped
and
elbow.
anarchy right now.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Three Diggles. That was a really great super chat. We appreciate that. We hope you all enjoyed the. We had a little Jack Antoff and Betsy Betwetter. Here comes the Motor City Machine Guns.
I legit thought that was a fan who jumped the rail at first. Man, I don't want to be haters on MCMG, but man, they're so nondescript
Yeah,
sometimes.
I know.
Sorry, y'all.
Leon the King TV, what up? Good to see you. Thank you very much for the love for the channel. Also, if you don't know, my man Steven Sandridge, we want to go ahead and give a special shout out. He just recently started his channel. This
Marks
man
by
knows
Wrestling.
more about pro wrestling than anybody in the world. Fight me if you want to. But he just crossed over the 1,000 subscriber mark.
Thank you guys for all your support. We're super excited at Mark by Wrestling to be over 1,000 subscribers. We're going to be working our way, going further, faster, stronger to try to get into Super Chatville and all that good stuff. Plans are in place. And
Wheels are in motion.
otherwise, join me on Tuesday nights for NXT. I am our NXT guy in the family. So, which is, listen, there's never been a better time to be watching NXT. So you guys are really missing out if you're not, if you can't.
Fire.
Thank you,
know what
Sophie.
I'm saying.
Thank you,
And
Diglets.
Wardrobe
All in good time, my
malfunctions
friend.
aside, apparently it was 2 weeks in a row where there were some major wardrobe malfunctions in NXT.
Yeah. So, you know,
Major.
if that's your thing, you never know.
know.
Anything can happen in the WWE.
Anything can happen in WWE. So
Oh.
we're saying there's a lot of action going on. Wardrobe malfunctions aside, we love y'all. We're sorry that terribly happened.
Kings, you're right, dude. I mean, it happens so fast. So I feel blessed, and I'm just going to keep trying to ride that wave.
He's rocking it. He's rocking it. Congratulations to Mark Bar Wrestling. What up, Lionheart Fitness? Good to see you as well. Three Kings in here with another super chat. Yes, indeed.
All right, Kings.
Street Profits need a new theme, but I'm scared of what Def Rebel might do.
So right. They do need a new theme because, like, that We Want the Smoke or whatever it's called, you know, like, it's a great theme, but, like, it doesn't fit their current attitude at all.
No, it does not. No, it does not. And I've said this several times. This goes back to the old school trend. Like we see this with LFG. You're trying to form a complete package with these wrestlers, from the style of the way you talk to your dress to your music. Everything has to hit. If it doesn't, what's the point?
I know, like, I genuinely, honestly believe, like, I miss the days, like, when they got 3-6 Mafia for Mark Henry, you know?
Man, come on.
Like, listen, and hear me out right now. Hunter, I know you're running SmackDown right now, but you probably got ANS on the side device.
Yes, you do.
Right next to your headset.
Yes,
so
you
just
do.
plug it in real quick. Listen to me. If you paid a man, Kendrick Lamar would write a theme for the Prophets.
You ain't never lied. You ain't never
That would
lied.
fit with them so good.
You would never lied.
Pay the man. He did a whole soundtrack to Black Panther.
Are they ready for that?
No, and that's the thing. They need something that we're not ready for.
Capitalize on it, and I promise you. Look. First of all,
Oh, he
The
absolutely
man-
would. He would be an arm and a leg.
in his own words, said Sweet Chin Music. Mm-hmm. Clearly, he is a fan of WWE.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Get the jotting.
Yeah.
Get on the mic. Turn the headphones up. Just do it.
I know they're already paying in living color for Cult of Personality, you know, but still, like, just dip into your Tony bag for a second. I know you got the money for it.
Don't tell me you don't. This is a $5 billion deal we're
Yeah,
talking about with
right.
Raw. I don't want to hear you don't.
Yeah, they could do it.
Okay?
They could do it.
You can figure it out. Trust on that. Yeah, man. You just got me all kinds of pumped for that.
Or even, you know, call up Mustard or something. Just put them on a beat.
Mustard! Oh my gosh.
Yeah, or Travis Scott. Actually, Sophie
Oh my
brings out a good
gosh.
point. They're already working with Travis Scott right now.
Motor City Water Guns. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They are. That's
Yeah.
the perfect. It's right there.
Yeah, it's
He's
right in front of
there.
you. Dude, they were just in Atlanta a couple weeks ago, right?
It's
It
right
was
there.
in when were they in Atlanta? But it doesn't matter when they were there. But like, how many rappers did we see in the crowd?
Yes.
And any one of them would like salivate at the chance. They would probably cut you a good deal
Yes.
because they're fans.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
Why are we not? Why? How? Put on the thinking cap.
Yeah, come on, guys. Come on.
If it's hot in here, I can turn on the fans. You
Oh
just
no,
let
I'm
me know.
good right now. I'm good enough.
Okay.
Just because we're getting a little hot.
I'm getting excited about it
Yeah.
because you're saying some things over here, man. Thank y'all so much for joining us. If you just have.
That Henry track.
B is
slaps
not with
hard,
us
though.
today. She's doing God's work this evening.
She absolutely
But we
is.
have a man of God here sitting in. As you know, this is Familia right here, marked by Wrestling Stephen Sanders.
We're doing Freebird rules tonight, or well, no, we can't say New Day anymore. Dang, I just got in my feelings for a
The
second.
boys.
Yeah,
The boys. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we call it free. We can call it Freebird rules until I think it's or demolition rules.
But that's actually a perfect. That's a perfect point. They have changed their theme.
Yeah,
They've
yeah.
changed
New
their
Day
look,
changed their
everything about
theme.
it.
It reflects their new attitude.
We got to do this with
It's
the
not
strip.
bad.
I mean, we got it. It's got to make. We got to do
Yeah.
it. We got to do it. And it's funny though. It's interesting. The two brother teams have gone rogue.
During Black,
Interesting.
well, they went rogue before Black History Month, but still, it's been they I haven't had much to criticize WWE, but
Yeah.
they've been awfully quiet on Black History Month this year. I don't even think I've seen a vignette.
Yeah, actually, that's a great point. Because I was about to say, typically we get some kind of starts off with Martin Luther King and it kind of goes.
Yeah. Instead,
Did
we got
get a.
we got Trick Williams getting beat with a strap.
Yep.
We got Obafemi versus Moose.
I mean,
We got just brothers having beef with each other.
Does anybody recall seeing a video package for Black History Month?
I've heard a lot of criticism that there isn't, but I haven't seen anything myself. But I also, to be fair, have not been looking closely.
Okay, now you're making me wonder. What up,
And
Shimon?
Bianca and Naomi lost the tag titles during Black. I don't mean to keep piling on. I'm just saying, like,
I'm going to be honest with you. Tyrell Bree, Black Panther Gaming, good to see you, brother.
it's the last day of the month, Hunter.
I thought about that. So my reaction when they lost the titles was one of extreme enthusiasm for Liv and Raquel.
Yeah.
I then realized, as a black man cheering on two sisters losing the titles, that might come off as a certain type of way. So I want to go ahead and address that now. I love my sisters. Okay, my chocolate sisters. I'm not mad at you. You held your head high. You did what you had to do. The reality is, I firmly believe that Naomi's are rata, and it is what it is.
Well, also too, if Naomi's the rat, then that means Jade's probably coming to snatch her up pretty soon. And them losing the titles before the Chamber frees up Bianca to potentially be the winner. Because I didn't
can
believe in either one of them having a chance while they were tag champs. I don't believe Liv's winning it now because she's a tag title holder.
That's a fair point.
I mean, predictions later.
We're gonna hold that to the end here.
Yeah.
We're gonna hold that to the
Here's
end.
another. You know what? I used to hate on The Rock in 2011 and 2012 in those Cena feuds because they used to call him Dwayne via satellite because he never showed up. But at least he was live via satellite.
Yeah.
We've only seen Cena live once. He's only been in the ring once, and
Yeah.
that was at the end of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna be in a multi-man match. Like, it is. Tomorrow will be March. We'll be 3 months into his retirement tour, and he's only been in the ring. He will have only been in the ring twice.
Yeah, I'm sick of this. I'm
Not
gonna be
loving
honest
that.
with you, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's great that
Oh,
yes.
Drew! Thank you, Drew.
Cut it off.
Toast
Awesome.
to Drew for cutting off this nonsense.
I agree with this.
Yeah.
If you don't have the decency to show, he's doing the very same thing that he dinged The Rock on, and it really grinds
He's
my
become
gears.
the monster. Yeah, I mean,
It really bothers me.
it's like Punk told him he became the New York Yankees back in the day.
Which I'm not a fan of the Yankees, so
Nah, who is?
pan them
I mean-
all you want.
Yeah.
You shot Cheetah. No. Sorry. Every time that film comes on, I gotta watch it. He's a biracial angel.
My favorite Yankees adjacent meme is it's that episode of Seinfeld where George gets smart and he starts doing batting practice with the Yankees. Yeah. And they're like, we won the World Series. He goes, 6 games. And the caption and the meme is like, it's George holding the bat and smirking, and it's like whenever Sting shows up in the ring with a ring full of NWO members. And I'm like, so good.
Oh, I love it. Oh.
I will say this about Black History Month, too. And this probably ain't going to make anybody happy, but it's among people who were in positions of influence, back in the day and years past. It's pretty well known for all of his shortcomings and character flaws. Vince was pretty high on Martin Luther King. Yeah. Like, he really admired him. So I'm sure it probably was a personal priority for him to highlight Black History Month when he was in charge. I don't know why. Like, it's such an easy, and I don't mean to be gross with this, but it's such a slam dunk PR move to keep doing that. So I don't know why you wouldn't, especially when you have 3 hours to work with on Fridays.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And I don't want to get into a whole political thing here.
Sure.
Because this is not what this is about. But if you recall, I'm sure you at least saw a snippet of it, Linda McMahon being confirmed, and you saw behind her. So we're in an administration right now that is very controversial with certain decisions that are being made. There's a part of me that thinks that decision, as crazy as this may sound, might be slightly political in that to show favor to some degree, as to not put any kind of a damper,
not
on
stirring
Linda
any
McMahon.
waters.
Yeah, and what's going on with her?
Yeah,
just a thought.
I will say Hunter does not seem to possess, if I can tap into my Vince voice for a second, the grapefruits to make intentionally contentious decisions.
Yeah.
He's not really a professional, and when I say professional, in the business world, he's not much of a pot stirrer.
Yeah.
I think he just wants to make WWE good.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't do any things that might be controversial. I think a lot of those days are behind him from when he was, a performer.
Yeah. Damian Priest out here addressing Drew McIntyre. Okay. We got a super chat right here by Thomas Salas. Had a blast at AEW Wednesday. Okay. Got to get back to work. Thank you, brother, for being here.
Thanks, Thomas.
We want to hear your experience.
Dynamite's on an uptick lately.
Yeah, it is.
Some good shows, which is great. That's great for the industry. Hope their numbers pick up.
I mean, we've been panning them for the longest time. So somebody finally told TK, hey, man, get it together, man. Your shows suck.
Yeah.
Going over this great year. What up, Carmen Valencia? Yeah, that's a fair point, movie queen. Fair point. I like what I'm hearing right now.
I feel very encouraged. Drew hasn't held a title since last WrestleMania for 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And they have not let up on the gas on him at all. Like, he's always had a place near the top of the card. And I'm really encouraged that they're still trying to get a lot out of him.
Yep.
And he's being seen as a main event player.
Thank goodness.
Because back in the day, he just would have faded back down. He'd probably be in those U.S. title matches. Man, I wouldn't say he's a made man yet, but he is more on that path than he is going backwards.
Yep. We got Dylan Danger, a member for 5 months, baby.
All right,
Thanks
Dylan.
for what I'm talking about.
Let's go.
Do we see Jade Cargill come back tonight?
I don't know. It depends on if we see Bianca and Naomi. I mean, I was thinking so, but I also saw today earlier, they had like the Chamber kickoff show. Mm-hmm. And Bianca and Naomi started throwing hands with Liv and Raquel like during the interview segment. So I don't know if that was their way of getting them airtime for that before tomorrow or not. But I thought I was Oh my gosh, what is Seth wearing?
I'm not sure if he does though. Pretty Richie, what up, son?
This
Good
is
to see you.
This is like MC Hammer bought a starter jacket or something.
Isn't he a Raw superstar?
Yeah, well, I think it's because Chamber's tomorrow. They've just got all the guns out tonight.
I get it.
Since it's the eve of the show.
And it still bothers me. See, first of all, I've got an issue going back to the draft. They were very clear on who was going to be popping up where. Champions were the only ones that had carte blanche to be popping up any show. That went out the window.
Yeah.
Then we had this weird open
transfer
draft,
portal or
transfer
whatever it
portal,
was, yeah.
which they never really fully explained, never really leaned into. They were just the occasional, okay, you're on Raw, you're on SmackDown, and we have had no mention of it recently. Like, I what are we doing? It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Just
You've worked in the industry. Like, WWE just needs like a continuity editor.
Yeah.
And they could book through the year of like, we need to switch somebody to another show now
Yep.
for whatever the real reason is. And they could easily be like, have Nick Aldis come out and be like, I've signed Seth Rollins to SmackDown in a trade for 2 draft picks next year. When they do the draft, Raw gets 2 more picks. And you can recap that when it comes out, like the real draft, you know?
I don't quite know what these genie pants are with this midriff.
I know. I'm wanting to say Seth don't hurt him, but
Is that his daughter's jacket? Did
he looks like a girl at a local LAUSD school.
I
This
don't know.
midriff jacket nonsense.
I'm not feeling this, but all right. Toronto, Canada. What up? We got Shinsuke Nakamura.
All right, no.
Good to see you, Shinsuke. Thank you for
Yeah,
being
yeah.
in here. You're a shifty one, Shinsuke. I don't trust you.
Knees to faces.
All right, 3 Diggler says, I'm going to drop a bomb on you guys. Circle message. God, why do they even give Priest a mic? It's over, Trips. Your investment failed. Do you understand what I'm saying to you right now? Priest sucks. I mean, I hear you.
Yeah.
And I understand you. But I gotta disagree with you, homeboy. The man is in the conversation. He got under Drew's skin right now. He's a big dude who can go toe-to-toe with the best of them. I mean, I'm not mad at him.
Here's an idea. I hear Diglets, and I hear you too. I think he's come too far to where putting him back in like a mid-card title picture won't be seen as anything but a demotion. But if we have world champion Jey Uso after WrestleMania, turn that boy heel instead of, back with Judgment Day or anything like that. And give me this Damian Priest, but heel.
Okay.
And put it and run him after Jay. Because I'm not gonna take him seriously versus Cody or Punk as a world champion or a Cena. But I think he could be a world title contender with the belt that he had. I think he could be in that contendership. It is what it is. It's the number 2 belt.
Okay.
But I don't think he needs to go all the way back down. I just think he needs a little bit more edge, not to be confused with Cope.
It's that MC Hammer. That's hilarious. All right, I'm caught up in the chat. Woo! As CM Punk has arrived. And what will the Punk Meister have to say? Look at that look Seth Rollins giving him, boy.
Boy, they hate each other.
Man.
Dugan, Cena better come out, because if he's the only one who don't come out when we know good and well he's wrestling there tomorrow.
I don't think we're going to see Cena.
Hey, green shirt guys there.
I wish I had green shirt guy money. I really do.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, that's an expensive seat to be going to every freaking show.
Time.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get up the CM Punk. Elimination Chamber. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. You feel as good as you look.
You look like an oven mitt.
I mean, Oven mitts have
not-
they have their purpose.
I mean, an oven mitt was the mascot for Arby's for a while. Voiced by Tom Arnold.
Well, you know, when you got the meats.
Yeah. We have the roots.
Obsessed with me. You obsessed with me. And I'm obsessed with this. I'm obsessed with one thing.
Trying to headline WrestleMania. Can he do it, though?
Yeah. And at what cost? The old
That's-
Thanos question. What did it cost you?
What did it cost you? What did it cost you?
Everything.
I cannot wait to talk about predictions. I have got some thoughts on this.
I can't take Seth. Look at Seth's face, like how serious he looks, and his legs are like puffed
Well, keep
out.
in mind, we have never officially gotten the vision. Like, you're a visionary, you're a revolutionary. What exactly do you mean by that?
What's the vision?
We've never gotten it.
I don't know, man.
We never got anything about revolutionize anything. Like, it's just a thing you say,
Yeah.
which is, you know, real serious, real fast.
But you're all dealing with hell in the cell. CM Punk come tomorrow. So if each and every single one
Okay.
wake up tomorrow morning and don't feel like showing up, just like John Cena decided to embark on a retirement tour and decided not
He has been. This
Tell
is the
me when I'm
second time
telling lies.
He's said
Yes.
that before. He feels a type of way about that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they both basically came back within a few months. I mean, well, no. But, like, Punk has got to be, I think he'd be wrapping it up in the next few years anyways. I'm sure he judges Punk the same way he judged Dwayne 10 years ago.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm gonna.
Because Punk has always been that, whether he's right or not, in his own mind, has always been that I'm here for the fans guy.
Yeah.
I'm here to do the work guy.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. I love the way he has that in New York talking. Why even talking right now?
Diglets. Priest ruin everything like always. Thank you, Rickardy. Yes. Smack down that like button.
Absolutely.
Well,
Oh,
what do
Cena
you
is
know?
here.
Here we go.
Cena is here.
It's about time, John.
And now look who's upset. Thank you.
Yeah. Credit to all those men. Oh, Logan.
Logan Paul.
Logan, you human garbage disposal.
Got me all excited. Wow, dude.
Bro, I even forgot Logan was in this match.
For real. For real.
It's a real Mad Men meme. I'm like, I don't even think about you at all.
At all.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Okay.
We all got worked, Diglets. It's okay.
Wow.
I'm annoyed, but honestly, that's like my favorite version of cheap heel heat.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
When Shawn Michaels did it in Montreal in 05, after he did that acrobatic performance against Hogan at SummerSlam, and he played Bret Hart's music, and then just like rolled her over on the mat and just started laughing. I was like, that was poetry.
Yeah, we got taken for a ride on that.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate that. Did he say it? Okay, well, thank you for saying that.
Clap.
Thank you. Classic celebrity wrestler. That's hilarious. That's
Respect
hilarious.
to Logan Paul. The delusion in his promo is peak. And I will
love
not hear any different from any of you in the chat. His delusion of being like full-time wrestlers like me who are putting in the work versus this part-time celebrity wrestler like John Cena.
Yep.
Come on, man. You've got to respect that.
You can let me fly on this one. Okay. You dress like you lost a bet. I mean,
gosh.
Okay, this is interesting. He's going in on everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody has their individual beats, but he's just like, the heck with all of you.
I don't think anything would be more satisfying than Logan being like number 6 in the chamber tomorrow. And everybody like just prison bum rushes him
I'm okay with that.
and eliminates him like that. That he eats 5 finishers and gets thrown out.
I'm okay with that.
Because he's out here causing beef with everybody who doesn't even think about him.
It's a dang shame the way the sisters treated Logan Paul that day.
2 things happened that day. Cody Rhodes was never the same again, and Logan Paul never walked again.
I would. Oh, man. You know, it's possible, Sophie Dophie. It's very possible. And I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I got to be honest with you. I was really high on the belief that Cena was going to win this, but if he can't even give us the decency of a promo, show up, whatever the case may be, and you're not going to tell me, is he filming at like the last possible minute, then he's just going to fly out tomorrow? Like, I don't know what this is.
I don't know what it is with Cena right now. There's no reason he shouldn't be here tonight, but I think they're being too cautious with Cena right now because they know they're going to book him for the whole year.
Yeah.
And they don't want Cena to get injured, probably for movie reasons. But also, if he like tears his ACL at WrestleMania, then so much for the retirement tour. He's done. You know what I mean?
I get it.
So I have a feeling that Cena will be number 5 or number 6 into that chamber. I don't think he'll be in there for most of the match. Just like the Rumble, he came in at like 20 something.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I have a problem with this.
We still haven't seen a singles match from Cena.
This is like, if I'm not mistaken, when it was leaked, I believe it was Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, and word was out.
Oh, at 20?
Hold
Okay,
on.
this is where I think the beatdown happened.
I love the fact that they are just matching.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dang.
Former champs coming out here beating them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was leaked that both Brock Lesnar and Goldberg were leaving the company. So they were trying to wrestle, and they were getting like booed out the building. Like it was a hostile takeover by the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember I was watching, I forget what I was watching. I think it was Paul Heyman that was talking about it. And he's like, you know what? This got out there. And basically the fans like, we just don't care.
Yeah.
Like you're leaving to like get out. I mean, you could at least enjoy the match, but at the same time, we know that you're both leaving, so this match means nothing.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about John Cena. If we're not going to lean into him winning an actual title, if he's just whining about not winning a singles match since 2018, he's not going to show up for anything. He's going to pop in and maybe give you 10 minutes of his time. Like, what is the investment? Beyond, yes, you're John Cena, you did what you did, but you're out the door. You've already got 2 feet out the door. You're just popping your head in and saying hello.
Yeah. They really should have booked my John Cena 2025. If you watch the Marked by Wrestling video. I'll give you the cliff notes, by the way, since there's no way it's going to happen at this point.
Lay it on them.
So this is what we're doing since we're probably going to commercial. So I'll give you my short version of Cena's 2025. I was having him win the Elimination Chamber match. I was having him lose the Royal Rumble, which he did. And he would lose at WrestleMania to Cody. And then he starts to get in his feelings. I haven't won since whatever. And R-Truth shows up to cheer him up. And R-Truth saves him from a New Day beatdown. And at this point, New Day are tag champions. And so Cena and Truth beat the New Day and have a short tag title run.
Okay.
Cena then says, I'm going back for 17 again. I'm going to do it by winning King of the Ring. Cena beats Braun Breaker, but he loses to Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu is King of the Ring.
Okay.
And then he loses. Since he loses King of the Ring, he doesn't get the title match. But then at Money in the Bank, we get a replay of that year Brock Lesnar showed up at the end, and it's not Brock Lesnar. It is the former Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, shows up due to the TNA partnership and steals the Money in the Bank briefcase. At the same time, Cody finally gets defeated by AJ Styles.
That's right. That's right.
Nick Nemeth shows up on WWE TV with the briefcase
Lay it on him.
and says, I'm not going to jump you like I did the last, jump anybody from behind like I said the last time. I'm the best wrestler in the world. So, AJ Styles, I invite you to come home and defend the WWE title at TNA Bound for Glory.
I like it.
So he cashes in at Bound for Glory, and AJ asked for Cena's help to back him up in the corner. On that same card, Cena has a match with Joe Hendry.
Okay.
And earns Hendry's respect.
Yes,
like it's just
indeed.
babyface. Two guys, two bros just mixing it up. Cena gets jumped at the end of the match by Moose and I think Mustafa Ali.
Okay.
End of the night, he still shows up beaten and bruised to support AJ, but he's more of a liability than he is a help. And by accident, he costs AJ the title. Nick Nemeth is now WWE champion, and he says, y'all are never seeing this belt again because I'm only going to defend it on Impact. So Triple H is mad at Cena for not only, you failed to win 17, but you also lost our title
Yep.
to another company.
Yep.
And then we have a truce. So like what's happening is Cena's active on social media during this time, and he's watching Impact instead of Raw and SmackDown. And what's happening is Nemeth is doing Cena's open challenge.
Right.
And he's, by the way, I skipped over a point where he was Intercontinental Champion and did the Intercontinental Champion Open Challenge. You get Cena versus Ilya. You get Cena versus, great stuff. And anyway, and he ends up losing the title to, I think, Penta or somebody like that. Anyway, so Cena starts saying like, oh, well, Triple H is like, fine, you're the champion, but you're going to always have an asterisk next to your name in the WWE record books because you're not a real champion because you came in and you stole it. And, very much kind of like shoot or work kind of Hunter stuff. And so Cena goes, I've been watching Impact. He's been putting on bangers.
Yeah.
In Impact. He's been defending against TNA guys and he's been winning clean. It's like he's been doing it right.
Yep.
And so he's like, I think you should remove the asterisk from his name.
Okay.
And so we come up with a compromise at War Games. Team WWE versus Team TNA. It's a WWE TNA War Games match. So you get Nemeth, Moose, Mustafa Ali, and the Hardys.
I like it.
Against Cena, Truth, now I'm trying to remember who else it was. Rey Mysterio, and Sheamus was, I can't remember who the fourth is right now, but the fifth was supposed to be Sheamus. He gets injured, and Joe Hendry subs for him. Team Cena wins, and at the end, which this is actual real rumor, the December PLE, I say have it in Boston and call it In Your House again. In Your House, my time is now.
Okay.
And it's Cena versus Nemeth for the title. And Nemeth comes in and basically Nemeth, if you win with the War Games, was like if TNA wins, they get to only for the next year, the only people that can challenge for the title are TNA people. And if WWE wins, then Hunter gets to decide who Nemeth's next challenger is, where, when, and who. And so the whole team, and it's going to be from the team WWE, and they reveal it with all the WWE team guys being like, John, we've already decided. You don't get a vote. We already voted behind your back. It's going to be you. You're going to go get 17.
Right.
You're going to do it. And so anyway, they have it in Boston. Nemeth is hated in the crowd like one night stand Cena.
Okay.
Because everybody wants to see it Cena happen. So they go technical match, throwbacks to other Cena matches in the past and all this stuff. And Cena gets him in the STF in the end. And instead of tapping out, Nemeth passes out. And he wins the title that way. And so what he does, he comes out next night on Raw. It's very much like a Ric Flair retirement. We love you, Cena. Goodbye, Cena. Thank you, Cena. All this, everybody's doing this, all this kind of stuff. And he vacates the title to be won by the Royal Rumble winner the next year. And everybody on the War Games team automatically gets numbers 20 through 30 for their loyalty, for their hustle, loyalty, and respect to Cena.
I mean,
I would watch that.
You're welcome, WWE.
Yeah. So
You're welcome.
I
You're
would,
welcome.
and I'm a real sucker for Royal Rumbles where the title is on the line. 92 is one of my favorites. I didn't like the one that Hunter won, but I loved it up until that point.
Yeah.
So, but the only thing after I made it and uploaded it and all that, I was like, dang it, that Royal Rumble is going to be in Saudi Arabia. But you know what, though? So I said, let Rey Mysterio win it.
Yeah.
Because then he can hold the belt for more than 24 hours for once in his life. He deserves it. And that's why I also had Nemeth be the guy too, because he never really got a fair shake after that cash in. You know, I was just trying to redeem other guys who I thought got a short stick. I know we're not talking about LA Knight versus Santos, but they wrestled like a million times at this point.
They did.
And I love LA Knight, but still.
And I missed this membership message by Pretty
shoot.
Richie. So my apologies to you, member for 7 months.
What we got?
Thoughts on the Prophet's recent promos? I love them.
They're in their bag right now. I love the aggression. Like, they have had a change of character, and their promos have reflected it. Like, they on all fronts are acting like men who have not men on a mission, but men who have a mission. We're not talking Mo and Mabel.
Oh,
But,
man. Anybody
yeah.
remember that? Yeah, men on a mission.
Yeah, so I mean that's what I'd do for Cena. But also though, and I said that about having Mysterio win the Rumble, but if I had thought about it, if you were to put the WWE title on the line in Saudi Arabia, you know it would be an amazing winner for that. Sami Zayn.
Oh, man.
I mean,
Wow.
the crowd would be behind that.
The Saudi crowd loves them some Sami Zayn.
Yeah, they do.
So that would be.
I mean,
wow.
you know, but I don't know they would do something with such high stakes for their actual story continuity. They always seem to make up a championship for their Saudi shows, you know.
Wow.
So I don't know if they would do that, but I would love it, man. I think that would be great.
I'm not mad at what you just said there.
Yeah. Thank you guys for the support, by the way. I know having to sit through an hour-long video where I pitched all that is a lot to sit through, but I was so excited about that idea. I wanted people to know about it. Though,
No,
so,
man,
yeah.
this you don't need to apologize. This man, I told you, this man knows about more about pro wrestling than anybody right now. It is a wealth of knowledge, which, by the way, we are tomorrow, along with special guest Just Alex of Alex's World. One more
go,
again.
Just Alex.
We will be filming our podcast, A&B Combos Wrestling Podcast.
All right.
We're going to be talking about some things on there. Steven Sandridge is a part of that. He will be in studio with us. Just Alex will be zooming in. It was a good time last time.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
We had a lot of thoughts. We talked about AEW. We talked about all kinds of stuff, man.
We're
It was
going to be
good
talking
stuff.
about this.
Oh, speaking of Just Alex, did you say his name and he appeared? Is he there?
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Just Alex. I believe in Just Alex. The big dog is now in the building. Just Alex, I want to ask, are you going to be doing a post-show review, my brother? Or are you just going to be dipping into your show for the Elimination Chamber tomorrow? Pretty Richie, to answer your question, for my money, all day. This are the Street Profits that we needed this entire time.
They just need that music piece.
It's
And a little glow up for Dawkins, like you said earlier.
just a smidgen.
Just a little bit.
Just a smidgen, but I mean, he's got the swag is there.
Yeah.
He's got this crazy stare thing. I'm loving it.
Absolutely.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
He's
So
doing
I
a chamber
absolutely
review. So Alex is doing a chamber review tomorrow. No SmackDown tonight, but a chamber review tomorrow.
Okay, no SmackDown
All
review,
right.
chamber review tomorrow. Thank you very much again. My apologies, son. I did not mean to do that intentionally. I was just trying to catch him in the chat. Yeah, I know he's going to be doing 35 appearances for the whole year. Here's the situation. Where? For what? For why? What are we doing? Look, this is your farewell tour as far as John Cena goes, and as far as the rest of us knows, this is it, right? I can't take a whole year of him whining and complaining about losing singles matches, okay? There's no reason, legitimately, that they can't just throw a title on him for a cool minute. And then, look, if he's the greatest of all time, if he's one of the most highly decorated superstars, if he's the most requested maker, which like the whole, like he was the face of the company, he was the guy. And this is it. Why would we then not give this man some controversy, some shine, something to say that his last year, man, it's like Bernie Mac. Man, it's a chain when Bernie Mac them kids up.
You're sitting there in a hair shop reading Jet and Ebony, being like, that's a shame.
You know what I mean? That's how you want to go out.
Yeah.
Go out with us. You go out with water cooler talk.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. And if we're not going to do that with him, then what are we even doing?
He doesn't need to be going out with what ifs.
No.
Yeah. Here's something a little unhinged. So here's the thing. Ric Flair, the current 16-time world champion, only 2 of those titles are WWE titles, you know? Mm-hmm. The rest were NWA, WCW titles. A current champion has gone on record to be like, I'd love to wrestle John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he takes me up on it.
Is that a one, Mr.? Yep.
Joe Hendry is currently the TNA champion.
That is correct.
How would you feel if number 17 was the TNA title?
I'll tell you how I feel about it. I feel the exact same way that I feel about Cody Rhodes. Technically speaking, and I'm going to get technical here, the title that Cody Rhodes has around his waist is not the title that his family has chased after all these years. This is a combined title. This is not the WWE Heavyweight Championship. This is 2 titles combined into one. You call it the WWE, they don't call it Undisputed, but call it WWE Championship.
Yeah.
So I get it, but I don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
for me, there's a little bit of an asterisk next to it because, again, it's the same, but it's not. So, yeah, you'll be a 17 world champion. Yeah. But not in WWE. Like, there's always going to be this asterisk next to it. Am I going to be okay with it? I mean, I don't know. I suppose if the plan is to get another strap on his waist and they have no intentions on it being the World Heavyweight title or the WWE Championship, it might as well be something.
I mean, I see it in the aspect that when Ric Flair won 16, the majority of his title reigns were not WWE titles.
Correct.
But if you're going for the record breaker, and I'm going to sound a little bit of like a hypocrite here, but I don't care. If you're going for the record-breaking one, it has to be the belt Cody's holding right now. Because even though it is a hybrid, that is the belt that possesses the lineage
Yes.
of the WWE title.
Yes.
So it's not that I don't want to see John Cena versus Gunther or whatever. I'd still watch that match.
Yeah.
I still hope we get that match before the end of the year.
Yeah.
But if he's going for 17, he's got to go for that belt. I think for it to really, like, if I should say this, if they're going to give him 17,
Yeah.
it should be that title. I mean, it would feel cheap to me if it was the Gunther, maybe Jey Uso belt.
Yeah.
It would feel like, I don't know. It would feel like a shortcut, or I don't know. Something in me would feel disappointed. And I don't even know if that makes sense or if I have a right to feel that way. But I got to say, if he's come out in January and talks about breaking the record, I mean, it's got to be that belt for me.
I didn't have John Cena in that title picture. That was not in my bingo card this
Yeah.
year.
I didn't think so either.
But I can see it now being more of a possibility because, again, keep in mind, when Rock left, he had a conversation with Cody. They did the whole title swap. This just feels right, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Now, it was alluded to he was going to face him like, I want to get this title. Clearly, they're still leaning into that, but not in the way that it was alluded to then. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I legitimately don't know. We got to crawl. There we go.
Randy style. That's it. You're done, Santos.
And Santos is out of there.
Adios.
LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
He advances. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow with Cody and The Rock. But if Cody does decide to sell his soul to The Rock and he becomes a corporate champion, then because of the history with John Cena and The Rock, I can therefore see John Cena going on to face Cody Rhodes to beat the paper champion. You're a paper champion.
Yeah.
I can see it happening. And just like in Rocky 3, you can defeat him. But Hulk Hogan said this, and this is the one thing I'm going to give Hulk Hogan credit for in this exact moment in time. He said redemption. Nothing like redemption in the eyes of the fans.
Yeah.
You could turn on them, and they will boo you till the cows come home. But then when you switch back, they're on board.
Long as
So
you
you
don't say
can have
anything
him
racist.
do this, and John Cena still remains his can't see me, eating your Cheerios, your Wheaties, whatever. He gets the title, and then Cody Rhodes at some point maybe gets it back off of him or Roman Reigns. But I just don't know how any of this fits, because Roman Reigns wants the title.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're working this out.
What's interesting is there are a lot of usual suspects that could be Rock's corporate champion.
Yeah.
Cody could do it. We're talking about him not showing up at all.
Yep.
Part-time Cena.
Yep. Part-time Cena is what I'm going to call him. Part-time Cena.
Part-time Cena
What
via
up, PT?
satellite could show up and be the monster that he fought against 10 years ago, you know? Drew has valid beef
Yes.
with how he's been treated
Yes.
for the past year and the distance that's been kept from him in the title every time he tries to go for it.
Yes.
So he could align with Rock to get that shortcut. Logan would be a terrible choice, but at the same time, he is that look at how many followers I have kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Priest. I don't think Priest factors in.
No.
I would be most dissatisfied if it was Priest.
Yeah.
And then Punk also has precedence, like in Ring of Honor, right before he left Ring of Honor, he kind of went corporate when he signed his actual WWE contract on the Ring of Honor belt and stuff. He was all suited up and everything too. So, you know, there could be a lot, there's a lot of possibilities. And honestly, I feel like whatever happens and whoever they choose, I also think it's got to be highly offensive to Roman. Which
It does.
Cody turning heel could be that thing. Like, you mean to tell me you aligned yourself with the guy who took this belt from me in the first place, and now you're buddy with him, drinking with him, and like you're my actual family. Honestly, that is a great flip of the coin to all of the promos Roman gave Cody when Cody was chasing, being like, I'm more of your daddy's son than you are. And Cody can turn around now and be like, I'm more of your tribal chief than you are.
That's right.
You know, whoo,
I love it.
that would be fun.
I love it. 3 Diggles with a
But
big
Cody
suit
sells a
shirt
lot
right
of
here.
merch, though, and he loves a lot of kids. So I don't know who we'll see.
I sense an LA Knight heel turn in 2025. Yeah.
Hey, I'd be there for it because he really doesn't have to change that much.
No.
He has not. He is, and people are going to think I'm glowing him up too much, but he is a Steve Austin type. He is a Rock type in that he just is who he is.
Yep.
And his attitude fits for face or heel. It's just who he's attacking or who he's running down. He didn't really have to change himself at all. And honestly, I don't know. I mean, he would have to attack babies in the crowd probably to get booed. He'd have to go Dudley and start putting women through tables or something. I don't know, because crowd loves him, dude. Like the only person they seem to love more is Jey Uso, or you know maybe Cody.
They both say yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a Stone Cold Stunner on a baby.
yeah.
Get that
There's
baby bowl
anything I
going.
hate more than a baby. No.
I love it.
Sammy's
Here
here.
comes Sami Zayn. Thank you for that
Sammy
big
in
super
Toronto.
chat. All right, I'm going to make sure I'm in here. Steven's idea is interesting, a lot better than the Baby Bowl. No, Sophie Dolphy. The Baby Bowl is a great idea. It will hit. They need to lean into it.
Baby bowl.
Okay, it's Milfomania and the first ever Baby Bowl, dude. That's money all day.
Does Brock's daughter qualify for the baby bowl? Because she already looks like her dad at this point. I mean, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I'm just saying, like, she's cut, you know. We're keeping this to actual babies, not just children. All right, that's probably safe.
Yeah.
Because then we get into
Yeah.
Steiner sons and stuff, too. That's
You can get the Steiner
news.
math. Yeah, you can bring in the mindset. What up, Marcus Baker? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for being with us.
Sami Zayn fresh from the janitor's closet again.
And I got to ask the question here, man, because I see this right here.
Yeah?
Who threw it out there? Sophie Dolphy. ¿Dónde está Randy Orton?
Must just be loving life. I mean, he's been where was he when he first took his last break? Did he get beat down, or did he just? I don't even remember how he left last time.
He caught a beat down. I believe it was from Kevin Owens. Right?
Okay. Oh, that's right. That's right.
And then
he
that was
pile
it.
drived him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we haven't seen him since.
Maybe.
Do you think we might get
maybe tomorrow we might see him after Sammy and Kevin? He might be coming to collect.
You know, look, he's been on the show for what? Dang near 2 years?
Yeah.
Whatever it was. You know?
Just in time for that Mania paycheck.
I'm just saying, man. I think it's about time for some payback.
Yeah.
Personally. Just like I think if we could just maybe, I don't know, if Sami Zayn could just possibly raid Seth Rollins' closet, just get a little glow up
Yeah.
on the fit.
He's been raiding Mick Foley's closet for the past
It ain't working
18
for
months.
me.
Yeah.
It ain't working for me. This is not screaming superstar to me.
Here's the thing, Kevin. I feel like you've been doing a lot of running and a lot of hiding. You're hanging out in your car.
Yeah, he looks like he works at a church plant.
I'm not mad at it. Oh, I like this. Hey, oh, YouTubers, don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world famous A&B convos and feel the power. I love that, Just Alex. Thank you, brother. I had to say that. I know that was a little while back up in the chat, but I had to say it. Hope y'all got that. Bot, mods, I know you're on it. Oh my gosh. Just Alex is threw out a fun fact.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes has defended the title 7 times in 326 days.
That's about once every other month. I mean, honestly, old school. That's not bad. That's more than Brock.
Yeah, I was about to say that does feel a little old school.
Yeah. That's more than just the big 4 shows. I mean, it's not, it's definitely not every week. It's not every pay-per-view, not every PLE, but it's the big ones plus a couple of more extra ones. I think that's adequate
Yeah.
for a world champion.
I don't know how I feel about
Especially in the day and age where you have more than one world champion.
it. I got to think about that. I like a defending champion,
Sure.
And that is old school. That's very old school. You're right about that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got
Canadian
think
take
about
on
this.
Kevin Owens' shirt.
That's a very interesting fact. You gave me something to think about there, Just Alex. Thank you for that. What up, Alexis Turner? Good to see you. Hey, we were late too. I was late coming in here, coming out for work. It was crazy. You don't understand. This was a tough day today. I was literally in the car. I had 2 phones going at the same time. Texts are coming, like all kinds of stuff. President's calling me, not the president, the board president. Like, it was wild. But it was like stuff that had to get done today by 5 p.m. And I had to be on the road. And I waited as long as I could. I'm like, I got to go. Here we go. Here we go. Paper towels. I like that. You're saying that he looks like the brawny man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Got that lumberjack vibe.
I'm not. I don't know if Big E would turn heel. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. Yes, rest in peace to Gene Hackman and family.
Yeah, dude.
That was just.
And Michelle Trachtenberg, too. That was
Tragic.
shocking. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. You're right.
So
Rest in
young.
peace to her.
I feel like whoever loses this match, needs to get rolled out on a stretcher.
Yeah.
stretcher
I
job.
want to see.
Not a stretcher match, but I feel like they really need to sell the beating.
And I'm going to tell you why. For me, we know what these 2 guys can do. El Generico and Kevin Steen. Like, these guys, they went through some war.
Yeah.
So I know what they're capable of, and I'm hoping we get, if nothing else, some shades of that.
Yeah.
I hope they lean into it and they really go crazy with this.
Yeah. I think they're going to try. Sometimes when these guys, not these 2 guys, but performers in general, go out to put on a barn burner, they might tell them, okay, go at about 90% or whatever, But if they don't tell them to hold back, I think those two will try to steal the show tomorrow. Wrestling in Toronto, both of those Canadian guys, yeah.
I'm prepared to end you. Are you? I hope he means that. I really do.
Yeah, Sophie, I think it was a liver transplant.
Look behind you.
Right.
Yeah, if you just joined us, and I'm going to say it one more again, we are doing immediately after Friday Night SmackDown, we are doing predictions for Elimination Chamber. We got to. We got some things that we need to talk about.
Oh, show.
Oh, look at this.
Mello and Miz.
Yeah, it's a good name.
That's what you wanted, right?
Wow.
Ew.
Oh,
You're
wow.
You're trying too hard.
Is that
Miz.
what we're doing?
He says we're not going to need it, but
Wow.
interesting.
I haven't decided yet. Really? Papa Code, Papa Two. Did we just stump for Papa Tui?
Did Miz just throw shade at LFG?
Yeah.
Do you want to be the fourth judge in a failed TV show?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Oh, no. Remember that TBS show after AEW launched? Like him and it was called like the big deal show or big whatever. Oh. He was on that, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, my God.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Wow. That's
Final word for his decision. I haven't decided yet. Okay,
so we
big
have
boy.
a Cody promo. We have this match. We have the women's 6-woman tag. And I'm not sure if we're actually getting the triple threat for the number one contenders match tonight, which would be, I mean, listen, I'm picking Mello for this match. I don't know who you guys have for that. I just don't believe Braun's going to be in there. And so you'd have LA Knight, Mello, and Jacob in a triple threat.
Yep.
So I'm not sure what the main event's going to be. I'll say this. If the triple threat's not tonight and if the women's tag is the main event, I think we're getting Jade tonight.
You think so?
I think that's how you close the show.
Really?
I mean, I think so. Only if they're the main event. But we'll see.
Interesting.
I think it's a real possibility. George says we are getting the triple threat tonight. Okay, so that might actually be what closes the show because I could see more tension with Solo and Jacob, factoring into the finish of that match.
Okay.
Because either Jacob wins that match because he's unstoppable, or Solo gets in his way and LA Knight wins maybe, or Miz gets in Mello's way. I don't know.
I mean, look, I've said this before.
I like it when we have options.
I'm going to say it again. Mello is missing on SmackDown. I'm going to say something that I think I was going to say right now. As crazy as this is, the crowd seems to be more invested in him and Miz than they were ever invested in Mello by himself.
Honestly, I think long-term this is going to be good for Mello. I think he needs a little bit, but because he and Andrade had a great series of matches.
Yep.
But they both fizzled out because they just kept doing it. And it didn't result in a title win for either one of them.
Nope.
So I think Miz, honestly, for someone who is in Mello's position, can act as a little bit of a career accelerant for him, turn up the heat a little bit. And then, he can split off from Miz when he's ready. Honestly, and again, plug in Mark by Wrestling here since we're on commercial break. One of my 5 predictions for 2025 is that we would have Mello in the bank. That Mello would win the briefcase. And he's in a position right now. He's on TV every week. He's not being forgotten. And a lot of our briefcase winners have kind of been just laying in the lurch before the ladder match. And then they use the ladder match to go ahead and kickstart the next phase of their push. So, I mean, I think he's got as good a chance of it as anybody. But
I mean, I get what you're saying. At the same time, I think that would be a mistake.
who would you go with this year?
To win Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. Logan Paul.
Ooh, that could work. Because I was going to
Logan Paul.
say, Money in the Bank works best when a heel has the briefcase. Because you're basically cheating to win. I mean, not cheating, but you're shortcutting your way to a title. And
Logan
I think he could absolutely do that.
I mean, I get why they're investing in Melo. Clearly, they see something in him. They brought him over. They didn't do it for no reason. But, the Money in the Bank briefcase, that's a really big deal. I like it when he just kind of, and he would do well with it. I mean, anything they give this guy, he works it and he excels at it. But
And he's a
we gotta
full-time
think-
performer, not like John Cena, that part-time celebrity wrestler.
Exactly, but I'm thinking like long term. This, like, as far as who would you be most invested in watching in a match? Ultimately, him cashing in on that you would care about.
Could you
It's got to be it's Logan Paul over
imagine
Melo all day.
all the Logan Paul podcast episodes with the briefcase right on the coffee table too? Like,
It would be huge.
yeah,
It would be
he would
huge.
plug that thing all the time.
It would be huge. And again, I just I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what the disconnect is on NXT. Like, if Melo went back to NXT right now, the crowd would just be welcome back. I mean, it would just be outrageous.
It's like a different world.
You know what I mean? But here it ain't happening. And I think there would be backlash, kind of like with Motor City Machine Guns. There was no real reason for them to put the titles on them except to say, hey, we're going to give you guys some spotlight.
Right.
Now that people know who you are.
Yeah.
It didn't work for them.
Oh, Tama's here.
Tamatanga just rolled out. Hold up. What's going on?
They're coming after Braun.
Oh, so just knocked him with
I
the
love
chair.
a good no-sell chair shot.
Ref is not seeing
Out
a
there
thing.
looking like Megan Bain and who's the other girl?
Uh-oh.
that no-sold the chair. Yeah. He tried to Superman punch him. Oh, no.
Wow. Braun Strowman just tossed Tamatanga like a
Yeah.
baby. Uh-oh, ref. Yep.
Oh, Melo's Eddie Guerrero in him.
Wow.
him.
Now that works.
You remember when Miz told him backstage, don't forget to do the thing?
Yep. That's right. I tell you, now the crowd sees what's going on with him and Miz. This is working.
Oh, yeah. Okay. See, look.
This is working now.
See, they're doing something.
Now
they're
the crowd
doing
is
something
reacting.
with him. Poor Tama. He was starting to grow on me too.
Okay, well, he didn't really hit his head there. All right, we got a big super chat by 3 Diglets. Thank you very
Okay,
much,
Diggs,
3
let's go.
Just wanted to show my love and shout out Poppy for the Elimination Chamber theme song. The amount of match build-up reels you can make with that song would be nostalgic and awesome.
All right.
It made my gym playlist. That's what's up.
Yeah, Poppy has been a great addition, specifically to like NXT. This is not the first time she's messed with NXT. I want to say she did somebody's theme song back in the day into Black and Gold. I can't remember who it was. Diglets, maybe you can remind me who she did the theme for because she played it live too. I can't remember who it was. Was it Rhea? Maybe?
Could have been.
I don't know. But
That was a
it
big
was
super
good,
chat, though. This Bianca is giving me shades of NXT Bianca.
Yes.
This
Yes,
is
it is.
old
The
school
black
Bianca.
lipstick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I miss this Bianca.
It was EO. Thank you, Diglets.
EO.
Yeah.
There's a little, there's a light too heavy on there. I don't know where there was too much shine on him, literally, but that's all right. Roxanne Perez is now
Roxanne is
in
here.
the building.
Okay. She's got a bright future, too. She could be the women's briefcase holder.
I can see that. Now that I can see. Okay, I don't know what's going on, though. What are we doing here?
6-woman tag.
Oh, I wasn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. She just kind of brushed her aside. Aren't they all supposed to be heels?
I mean, yeah.
Are they all supposed to be getting along?
Raquel's like, come on.
I like it. Come on, kid.
Right?
Let me show you the way.
Carry my bags, rookie.
Yeah, look, I popped hard for these ladies winning these belts.
Yeah.
I love it.
Listen, Liv has had such an exponential increase in the past 365 days. Like, I can't say enough good things for how much she has. There's a phrase in sports and in performance and in everything in life, make the most of your minutes, And I'm telling you, man, especially ever since Rhea got injured that first time, she's like, I'm taking this ball, I'm running with it, and you're going to have to pry it from my cold dead hands. And she has gone for it, and I'm here for it.
I'm not only here for it. I love the fact that, as Booker T would say, I'm about the prodigy, man. This is about business, man. Oh yeah, I like it, man. You should have seen that exchange that Roxanne had with Jordan Grace. This woman is double dipping right now, and I'm loving it. And she looks like she fits right in here on the SmackDown roster.
I don't want to ruin the good thing that Liv and Raquel have going, but if they ever decided to blow it up, I wouldn't be mad at Dom's Riz game growing and dropping Liz for Roxanne.
I mean, oh my gosh.
Listen, it's okay.
Oh my
It's okay.
gosh.
I'm not even asking that anybody else get on board with that. But I'm sitting here laughing along at how many beautiful ladies Dom is being able to pull over and over and over again, looking more and more like a sleaze bag hanging out in front of the 7-Eleven. So, like, it's like the uglier he gets, the beauty quotient, the beauty disparity quotient. And I'm not ranking the ladies. I'm just saying, like, really?
That was the interesting thing on Seinfeld. I've always noticed George always pulled like these really good looking women, and yet Elaine, very average guys.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Considering how they look, they flipped it. It was all very interesting. Pimpin'. Yeah, man. This is what we're talking about over here. Knock the Sonic rings out of
Knock the Sonic rings. I saw that.
I was you look, we all know what happened. We're so sorry that occurred on national television, Jordan Grace, but you know what? You had your chin up. In this case, you did what Tony Storm says too.
Yeah. Did you see what Jordan said after that too?
Yeah.
Like, you lucky I have a rule that I don't throw hands when the girls fall out.
But I love the fact that she full on, before all that happened, she full on connected. Like it was fist to chin.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. Everybody's got a plan until boom. Loved it.
I love that she didn't finish the quote either. That's fantastic.
It
She's
spoke for itself.
For us visual learners,
I loved it. So I've said this 1,000 times, and I'm gonna keep saying it again. And I've said that very phrase 1,000 times. I'm gonna keep saying it again. You have one job as a pro wrestler: make us believe that what we're watching is real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you in here fooling around. Now, again, I don't want to see anybody get seriously hurt.
No.
Okay, I don't want to see a Joey Mercury ladder to the face. I don't want that. Okay, but if you're seriously telling me that you, even in a schmoz fest situation, you cannot simply connect in a believable way to the person that you're beating up, what are we even doing?
Right.
Why are we bothering with this
Precisely.
exercise? You know what I mean? Yeah. And Jordan Grace went full on fist, and it looked great.
Mm-hmm.
It looked great. You did your job.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Precisely.
But also, side note, and I'm going to say this for the ladies, okay? If you're going to mix it up in any way, shape, or form, or if there's even a hint of a possibility of mixing it up. The exchange between Jordan and Roxanne was seemingly innocent and should have been simple enough. And clearly it
Dress accordingly.
exactly. Okay? Just
Protect yourselves,
just
ladies.
protect yourself. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Battle test your
There's a
fit.
lot of sick people out there.
Battle test your fit. I cannot stress this enough. And do not risk trying to roll an ankle by coming out there in high heels.
No.
Take them puppies off before you decide to get down with the get
Take
down.
those puppies off. Leave those puppies on.
Thank you. Listen to the wrestling historian. I rolled my ankle last year helping some ladies in distress. It took almost a year
Man.
for my ankle to heal. Okay? So let's not do that. Got picked up for season 2, by the way. Okay, cool.
Okay.
LFG got picked up for season 2.
All right.
Excellent. Hopefully they get some other performers to come in.
Yeah, I
there,
mean, they've
some
got
other
that
mentors.
pipeline going. They're going to keep bringing people up. So,
But they started off heavy. You can't get much bigger than the Taker.
no.
know?
Oh, yeah. You mean like coaches? I was
Yeah.
thinking of like prospects. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
cool if they rotated. Like maybe they see, how the coaches last. Because I can't imagine Bubba's going to stay there the whole time. But I could
so.
see Taker and Booker staying, being mainstays. But you could
Booker
swap
T,
out.
absolutely.
You could probably swap out Mickey for Trish. Next year, you could swap out Bubba Ray for, I don't know, for somebody.
Does anybody know? Do you know whatever happened to Crash Holly?
Passed away. He
Did
passed
he?
away young. Or do you mean Hardcore Holly?
I'm sorry, Hardcore Holly.
Yeah,
Yes,
Crash
not
Holly-
Crash Holly. Yeah, he did.
Crash
pass
Holly
away.
died young.
I meant Hardcore Holly.
Yeah, I mean, because he was on Tough Enough
Yeah,
in the early days. I mean, he's still around, I think.
but there's been no, as far as I know, no real interaction affiliation with WWE since he's left.
I think, though, he was an old school guy,
Yes.
as we saw from the old Tough Enoughs.
Yes.
And I imagine there's a little bit, I don't want to say political, but like there's some like maybe office politicking of like, we need guys in there who are tough, but aren't going to try to old school these guys in the ring so we don't get sued. You know what I mean?
You think?
Because
yeah?
you remember Rumble
Yeah.
05
Yeah.
when Holly and Benoit and Guerrero
Yeah.
basically hazed Daniel Puder in front of
Yeah.
25,000 people. Like, I'm not saying Holly would do that right out the gate,
Yeah.
but I imagine if he had that dude that mouthed off at Bully,
Yep.
I guarantee you he wouldn't have been mouthing off by episode 2.
Well, remember that one time there was a training situation and Booker T pulled the young man up by his shirt, ripped his shirt because he was giving him some static. Now, I'm all for laying of hands in a situation like that. When it comes to a wrestling thing, I need a blend of old school and new school, but also at the same time, when you have a situation like with Public Enemy that's going to disrespect the acolytes, and
Yeah.
you got what you got.
Yep.
And you had it coming because that's how this business works.
Yep.
I feel the same way when it comes to disrespectful training, especially with the young generation nowadays. You've got people who are just a little not in the know when it comes to respect.
Yeah.
So sometimes you gotta beat it into
Yeah.
them.
Well, and the nice thing about LFG is that all of those people, even if it's for a few weeks, have already been in the PC. So that makes it a little different than Tough Enough, where they just kind of come in off the street. I'm not saying that doesn't mean that those people are adept at wrestling, respect, and history, but they know more than zero at that point, at least. So
Yeah.
to a degree, at least, that was a great dive by Bailey. That was clean.
Bailey's doing what she's got to do. Like what? Yeah, I mean, we don't need to go Tough Enough, but I know they rebooted it. I don't mind it. My thing is, I'm very, very hard on training. Training is just, it is key. And I've said this before with the women, where there were all these tells. Natty was notorious for it, where you had these weight tells, these cues that you would see, and they would just kind of do this, okay, go now, kind of a thing that was just so obvious. And it's like the training needs to be changed. Like there's a different way to do it. Like if you have an opponent that's in the ring and they lay down. Now, if we're in the arena, you see it, the camera, they kind of pull away. But you look up and you go, okay, they're a little farther away. Let me do some Let me do some scooching and some in position. Like you do all this, there has to be a trend, because I'm saying this from somebody that's done live theater, okay, where there's no undoing it. You just got to roll with it. But if you don't hit your mark exactly, you've got to figure out a way to compensate to make it look seamless. Like what you just did was part of the plan.
Yeah.
So for me, it's all about the training. If you're not training these people to do certain things in a better way that makes it look less obvious that you're collaborating with one another.
Great example of that. So Chris Van Vliet, who's probably, outside of A&B Wrestling Combo, it's my favorite wrestling podcast.
Yeah.
He has great interviews. He interviewed Lex Luger this week. And Luger put over both Bret Hart and Yokozuna as being really adept at that kind of thing. Like he talked about the body slam of Yokozuna on the aircraft carrier and how he came out of the chopper that day and he was wearing cowboy boots. And he got into the ring and they went to lock up with Yoko and he's like, this ain't happening. I'm wearing boots. I can't even keep my balance right now. And he was like, and he tried to do like a Yoko, impression. And he was just like, he's like, just give me halfway up, brother. I'll take care of the rest. And like he bounced off the rope to give him something. And he walked Chris through the spot where he's like, Yoko did 90% of that body slam.
See?
And it's like all I had to do was just get a little bit of the rotation, and he took care of the rest. He was like, he does not get the credit he deserves for being a big man. And then he talked about Bret in the 94 Rumble when they went over at the same time. And again, he was like Bret. He was just like, I'm going to close. And he talked about how all I had to do was just throw my head back over the rope. And Bret, again, like he was such a giving personality, such a humble personality in that interview, by the way, which is wild if you grew up like me watching Lex he was a completely different person. But,
he was.
Come to the Lord, and he's lived through a lot of hard things too. But, and he was just saying how Bret like pulled him tight as they were going down to ensure that they would hit at the same time.
Right.
And like, so like you talk about that, having to make those like on the spot decisions that like, that's pro stuff. And both of those, like, I mean, we're talking about a bloodline, an OG bloodline wrestler and one of the Hearts. So like, if they can't do it, then nobody can do it, but like, that's how good you got to be to do that.
And that's what I'm saying,
Sophie,
man. It takes practice.
I absolutely believe Lex Luger is going in the Hall of Fame one day. He had some really sobering things to say about the death of Miss Elizabeth too. And in this day and age where we deride wrestlers who refuse to take accountability for the bad things they say, he absolutely owned his role in it. And I don't want to say ill of the dead either, but also in his accountability, I think it's fair to realize she was a grown woman and had played her own role in her own passing as well. And I mean, but to his credit, he didn't deflect. He owned it. And he's like, he still feels that, and like, so
yeah, I don't know.
That's all I can ask from a person to offer grace and forgiveness. So
I think the controversy might be too much. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I think for the only reason I would push back on that briefly is that I think he has come back around with the scales of balance, so to speak, that he is continuing to be a voice for positivity.
Oh, no, not Luger.
Oh, you mean Miss Elizabeth?
No. What I'm talking about
I'm
is
sorry.
the whoever the powers that be that are responsible for, okay, we want so and so and so to be in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Lex Luger, based on who he was as a wrestler, for sure. What I'm saying is the taint of what ultimately happened. Yeah, obviously Miss Elizabeth was her own woman. She was a grown woman. They both made their choice in their life decisions. My thought is, I just think that the taint of what happened is they don't want that stain. They don't want to be associated with that stain.
Like how you don't like. I mean, I'm not assuming for you, but you think similarly about China.
Yeah, I really do. I think China would be inducted before Lex Luger, if it were to ever happen. But I think they just. They don't like this they really try to stay away from controversy. At least Triple H does. So that's why I question it.
He is conflict avoidant. I think I will say I think It'll be telling about China because China's biggest vocal supporters will probably be the people who are already closest to Triple H.
Yeah.
And I believe Lex is probably going to have more avid vocal supporters in his camp because he's like learning to walk again and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, and I don't want to be cynical about this. Like you and I both agree that he has the merit to deserve being in there. So just talking about it from a business standpoint, and this sounds a little gross, and I don't mean it this way, but just living in the real world, if he keeps working with DDP to rehabilitate himself, I'm sure they would probably salivate at the visual of him standing up out of the wheelchair and walking to the podium.
I could. That'd be a great visual. Yeah.
And
I could
honestly,
see
I think that, and I think if Lex specifically ever gets in, it'll be a real statement on how WWE truly views redemption.
Yeah.
Because you can mend fences with Bruno and the Warrior before he died. People who you just had beef with, like Demolition. I think Demolition's coming. I think one of my predictions is coming true. I think we're getting Demolition this year.
I can see that.
But I am curious because also I could see them saying, Lex, like, hey, let's just not talk about that in your speech. And he'd be like, absolutely, whatever you guys need.
Yeah.
I don't think he would. I don't think he'd draw attention to it. But I don't know. Oh, okay, Roxanne. That was clean. All right.
Roxanne got the win
over
on
Bailey. Clean.
Wow.
Wow.
So I'm going to tell you right now who is not.
Who ain't winning that chamber match?
But we're not saying either way because we got a prediction show afterwards.
That's right. Right?
Wow. Roxanne
Man.
caught the dub.
Yep. Wow.
Look at that. They are high on Roxanne Perez.
I know, man. Uh-oh. Who's in the
Bliss.
house? 5 Feet of Fury.
She just snuck in there.
Abigail. Into the
Solid,
man.
too. That was solid.
I'm not trying to throw shade, but that looks so much better than Mercedes' finish.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I'll throw the shade. That looks way better than Mercedes' finish. There we go.
Get it.
That shade is going long.
Get it. Casting a shadow a mile long.
Okay.
Byron's here.
Wow. I do not think Cena will be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, personally. I don't.
Who?
It's John Cena.
No.
I don't think so.
I mean, he's a lock eventually, but not this year. Oh, Charlotte's here.
Charlotte Flair's here.
Trish Stratus tomorrow night at Elimination Chamber.
Well, Byron, what do I think? I think Tiffy and Trish. I mean, the team up is cute. Tiffany has a bigger problem to deal with, and that's the queen. So she better get focused. She better be prepared because there's going to be no help at the end of that rainbow. And everywhere she goes, I'm going to be right there reminding her that time is rapidly slipping away. And I'll see her at WrestleMania 41. Woo!
I know that if she did what I'm about to propose, people would just say, oh, she's just ripping off Ric Flair. But I wish she would just scream in some of her promos, you know? Just some old 605 like,
Yeah.
Tiffy, your time's running out.
I like it.
You can leave Toronto with Trish and go eat all the maple syrup you want. But at WrestleMania, it's my time. Woo!
Look, nobody can cut a promo like Ric Flair.
Just a little unhinged. I mean, it's in her blood. Just, I mean, and you don't have to mimic him.
No, you don't.
But like, just draw. I mean, that was the thing that nobody in their right mind is arguing that Charlotte can't go in the ring. She's one of the best to ever do it in the ring. But on the mic, she always sounds a little bored to me.
Yeah.
You know? And sometimes that's worked in her favor to where like I'm so far above you,
Yeah.
I don't consider you a threat, so
Yeah.
I'm bored. But when you're challenging for the title at Mania, maybe you just have a little more a little more toothiness.
Three Diglets is picking up what you're putting down.
My man Diglets, I get it. Yes. I just need her. Yeah, she doesn't need to start by all means removing garments of clothing like her dad used to do. But she can start elbow dropping the mat. She could,
Well,
she could do a natural selection to thin air.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
A little unhinged.
She would, I feel like the way they do it though, like she'd probably not necessarily have to go on a losing streak, but she'd have to experience some level of embarrassment to like organically tap in to that craziness. But yeah, I believe in Charlotte. Once the bell rings, she's like a different woman. But man, if I didn't already know that she could wrestle, I wouldn't want to see her. I'm not super into her outside of her wrestling ability, and but I want to be.
I always say all the time, I want a little spice in my performer, a little tapatio, a little something, a little hot sauce.
Yeah, a little hot sauce, a little sriracha, a little, even if it's a little chipotle mayo, even if you gotta be a little mild.
Chipotle mayo is delicious. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Now I can't eat any of that anymore, but that's besides the point. I want a little. What is that? Tahini? What is it?
Little tahini, a little seasoning.
You know what I mean? I need a little something, man. Put some Lowry season salt on there or something.
Some Old Bay, something.
Old Bay, lemon pepper. Give me something.
Lowry, some Montreal. I mean, whatever.
I'm not asking for too much. And this is what I need to see. I agree with you and Charlotte Flair. I wouldn't mind. I don't want to see a crying Charlotte. No. If she's going to lose at WrestleMania, the last thing I want to see her is down there on the ground. Just I don't want to see that.
If she loses like that, she needs to go like 97 Chris Jericho in Nitro when he first turned heel and just started throwing tantrums when he lost. Ripping the ring jacket off of the ring announcer ringside. Of course, they're all ladies now. So again, I don't know how that would work. But, she could have, if she had wanted to do more rather than going, leaving, she could, rip Samantha's weave out or something like that. Rip some hair, that was controversial, but you could still do something. I don't know. But either way, in the words of the brain, be fair to Flair. Be fair to yourself, Charlotte.
This is the announce team right here. I'm going to tell you what I want. I think somebody that's got that sass is Jada Parker.
Yes.
Jada Parker, man, let me tell you, this woman on the mic, her attitude, she comes out to the ring, she moves the camera aside. She's got swag in the come on.
On Tuesday, she cut the best women's promo in women's wrestling, outside of maybe Harley Cameron, I've heard all calendar year long. And it was backstage. She was working into clapping as she was talking. Her voice did not stutter. She did not miss a beat. She was on top of it. And she still threw shade at Mello with Kalani when she was cutting on Kalani and didn't miss nothing. She didn't pause. She didn't wait for the crowd to catch up with her. She said what she said, and she was about that business. And I'm like, if she's doing that in NXT, all y'all better watch your back on the main roster when she shows up because she's ready to do something.
And I'm going to tell you another thing. This is coming off of a major wardrobe malfunction the previous week. Oh. Major.
Yeah, I didn't find out about that until like a week later, yeah.
Major. So you knew for a fact that she was already emotional. I don't know if, and it was probably a good reason for that reason that she didn't go out there and actually wrestle. They might be doing some new ring gear or something. But
yeah, she probably needs to
make
some alterations.
She has something to prove. She basically wanted to make sure that what I'm saying here today makes you forget about what happened last week.
Yeah.
And it's making you think about what's going to happen in the future. Mission accomplished. Now, I need that.
Yeah.
I need that in the ring, on the mic. I'm not asking for too much.
And her and Kalani had a good match.
Great match.
Absolutely, yeah.
Great match. Three Diglets with a super chat right here.
All right,
Come on,
Diglets.
Three Diglets. She needs to at least do that flop at all times. Woo! Woo! The queen of the ring, the queen of your hearts, and the queen in the Okay, I can't say that part there. You know what? I don't know. She is
queen in the streets.
She can't keep a man. She ain't got Andrade. Tranquilo.
She says she's a little too tranquilo. She needs to spice it up a little bit.
I mean, we want to interview her one day. I hope this does not get back to her, but I'm just kidding. I'm just playing around. Woo! Ooh.
No,
Thank you, Three Diglets.
she could work the flare flop into that match.
The Flair flop. I mean, look, she was doing some
That's
of his
gold.
moves anyway.
I mean, Dusty. I'm sorry.
I think
Cody
she did the Flair flop a couple times.
Cody does the elbows.
Yeah.
You know, he does the flip flop and fly. Like she can do the flare flop. All she needs to just take a combo. You know, take a 2-piece and a biscuit from somebody, and then just go for a walk and bam.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been looking at some old Dusty Rhodes footage. Nobody put the, I'm gonna say the word flair on that elbow like Dusty.
Oh no.
Nobody. No. And I almost wish that Cody didn't do it, because he would hit that elbow with such style. He had no business being that stylish in that ring. My belly just a little bit too big, my hiney, but he was
But brother,
bad
I'm
to the
bad, and they
bone.
know I'm bad.
Oh.
I love that line.
Oh, here we go. Shinsuke with a promo. The other dogs will see what happens when you bite my hand. Oh,
Talking trash to those other contenders.
snap. Pray that you lose. Otherwise, what awaits you is nothing but hell.
Shinsuke's the most interesting on the main roster right now than he's ever been. But I'll say this.
I love it.
I do love it, but I also think he's one of the few people that might actually find more success in AEW. I don't necessarily want him to go, but you know how Tony loves. Oh, never mind. Hold on. It's Jacob time.
Come on with it. Like I said before, it's either you lay down or I will beat your ass down. Hell, I'm America's most wanted. Hell, I'm a menace to society. Aye, let's keep it 100. That U.S. title is coming to
Microphone's in
Mike.
the way.
watching right now, because then you're going to understand whoever get in my way, I'm a dog walk that ass.
Right now.
Bro. Hail. Bro. I love Jake. That's appointment viewing for me every week.
Do you understand?
Jacob's walking promo
The man just got here.
just got here.
And look at where he's at right now. This is somebody that's like, you know what? And this is also somebody who has had a past.
Yeah.
My man has done a stretch.
Yep.
More than once.
Yep.
And he knows what he has going on right now. And he's not trying to mess
He
this up,
knows the value
making
of an
the mess.
opportunity.
That making
Booker
the
T.
most of this opportunity.
Booker T,
Exactly
no
right.
different. Yeah. Like we ain't letting this thing slip away.
And he is invested in this. My man moves like a cruiserweight. He's got the skill set on the mic. The music is hitting.
Now he's got water in his entrance. Hunter must have been like, here, take this water bottle.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You'd be like, wait, just use water?
Yeah.
I love it. And this is
Hunter's like, here, I'm not going to finish this. They won't let you spit this in Congress, so
well,
I'm not going to need it anymore.
I loved that there are so many memes with that where you just see Triple H behind Linda McMahon and he just gets the water and you're just like, you know he wants to.
Well, what's so funny is like I 100% believe that's actually true. Like if you guys look online when Linda McMahon was being confirmed for like, you know, Board of Education or whatever, or the Department of Education or whatever, Hunter and Stephanie and Shane, they were all there. But Hunter was in camera shot right over her shoulder and you see him
Just like that.
take a sip of water. And I mean, even if it's just for a half second, holds it. Like he has to actively, intentionally tell himself,
Swallow.
oh, wait, don't spit. Don't spit it. Don't spit it. You're not in the ring. Okay. All right, we're good. And like, that was amazing.
I just wanted to wanted to see it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see it. That
Would've livened
confirmation
it up a
hearing
little
needed it needed so much more
Yeah.
than what we got. Because, you know, that was kind of boring. Yeah, we needed to see that.
Yeah.
But that's fine. That's neither here nor there. You're fitty on what you want, on if you want Charlotte to beat Tiffany. Okay. Well, Firefighter Jimmy, thank you for your service, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, let me
the
ask
chat.
y'all this question. We're a little ways away from doing predictions for WrestleMania. Legitimately, though, I will ask. Let's just assume for a second that Charlotte does, in fact, beat Tiffany Stratton for this championship. Then what?
Then what for Charlotte or then what for Tiffany
For
or
both.
just in general?
Then what? I think one of the best things that has happened to Tiffany is winning that briefcase in one of the most stylish briefcases they've ever had, and going on to stab Nia Jax in the back. And that whole exchange was insane. We didn't know what was going on to become the world champion. Charlotte's been down this road several times. And it just kind of, she's been gone for such a long time, immediately comes back. And the chief complaint people have had with her is that she's just ushered immediately into the title picture.
Her gimmick is number one contender.
Number one contender. She goes on to be champion. Let's just say she beats her. Do you see her holding this title for the rest of the year to Survivor Series? Like, what do you see for Like, what do you see?
If Tiffany wins, I would have Charlotte win Queen of the Ring and actually give her the official queen. Like, it's not
the actual crown.
It's not
thing.
It's not a self-imposed title anymore. It's one she's actually earned. And they could have a rematch at SummerSlam, maybe with a stipulation or something like that. Because we haven't, outside of Bayley and Sasha back in NXT, have we had much of main roster women's Iron Man matches, Woman matches?
Not really.
I could see like a 30-minute there. I don't know if you would do that at a SummerSlam, but I don't know, some kind of gimmick rematch, and she could win that. If Charlotte wins, I think you build up Bianca again, and we finally get Bianca Charlotte at one of the big four and crown Bianca again. And you know what? I don't even mind if you try to shift the heel and face allegiances at that point either. And I don't know how you would book a crowd to both cheer for Charlotte and boo Bianca. That's a very tall order.
You're not kidding.
Regardless of what they actually do on camera, I don't know if the crowd would jump on with that or not. But if they did, I would only love to see a heel Bianca in that she could hang out with the heel Profits. But if that was the case, then I'd put Bianca over Charlotte. But
okay,
that's what I'd do.
Firefighter Jimmy, I'm so sorry about you losing a cornhole again, brother. If I were where you are, we would be practicing every day. We would get you there. We would be playing doubles. I'm telling you right now, we would be up in that game.
Live to cornhole another day.
I wouldn't let you down. But you're gonna get them. You will live to cornhole another day.
Yes, sir.
Take my cornholing seriously. We'll talk about that too. We might.
Oh yeah. We see what we can do. See what.
And I never
put
really,
some plans
I've
together.
never been one to stick around. It's a. I don't know what it is with me. I'm an introverted person.
Sure.
And introvert and fellowship don't really.
No, they don't.
They don't. You know what I mean?
Got to step out. But no, we talked about maybe doing a potluck because there's been, we tried to do them quarterly. Sorry, we're talking a little church business here during the entrances. But we're trying to do, we used to do, the potlucks on fifth Sundays anyways. And I think we had one pass during the transition time, So the next one is here in March. So like maybe end of March we could do one, bring some boards out, Just keep it low key, keep it cool,
Low key. I like that.
But that'll be good.
I'm just letting you know right now.
Because we need some of our other brothers and sisters to spend some low-key time together, get comfortable around each other. Because I think a lot more people have more in common than they think they do.
Yeah. You can win, Jimmy. You can win.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Jimmy, what have you missed tonight? So right now we have entrances for a number one contenders match to the U.S. title.
Yeah.
All three of these guys won qualifying matches tonight. So otherwise, let's see. We had the heel women win a 6-man tag over the babyface women for the chamber match. Roxanne pinned Bayley clean with her finish.
Sure
In the
did.
middle of the ring. All four of the tag teams had a big fight again, like they have. Seems like they're building to a multi-man match, I think, at Mania. I imagine like a 4-team ladder match or something like that. And they're building up a lot about Cody. Tiffy lost to wait, did she win or lose? Now I can't even remember. It was Tiffy and Chelsea who wrestled tonight.
I didn't really see that. I was
Nia and Candace interfered, and Tiffy won by disqualification
Aha.
because Nia they jumped Tiffy.
Cody has not come out
Cody
yet.
has not come out yet. He is
Yeah.
supposed to not make his decision, but address the crowd tonight.
Also, we are going to be doing predictions for Elimination Chamber immediately
Yes.
after SmackDown. So stick around. We're going to put it up. We're going to run through it real quick. Just like Jacob Fatu trying to run through these two gentlemen, LA Knight and Carmelo Hayes.
Well, you got to run through somebody when you're all gas, no brakes.
I mean, not me. That's how you get down with the get down, player. I wonder if Miz will come out here and try to encourage his boy.
I feel like Miz will try to assert himself as a presence, and I'm curious if that will. I feel like all the guys except for LA Knight have somebody in their sphere of influence who wants to be more than what they are,
Yeah.
and that could end up costing their guy the match.
So here we go, folks. We got this number one contenders triple threat match. Drop it in the chat right now. Who do you got for the win? Is it going to be LA Knight? Is it going to be Carmelo Hayes? Or is it going to be the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu?
I'm going LA Knight. I do think either Miz will cost Melo or Solo will cost Jacob. I don't think Jacob's eating the pin, though. So I think whatever's going to happen is going to end up with Melo losing.
You think?
I just don't see, because Jacob still hadn't been pinned single, has he? Or has he? Remind me, guys. Yeah, and also, Nakamura is a heel, and Knight is the only babyface in the match.
Yeah, that is true.
And we were originally going to have Knight versus Nakamura tonight before Nakamura, his family had that personal tragedy.
That makes sense. All right, I was gonna go with Fatu, but you know what? You make a good point with LA Knight. Also, I like the fact that Carmelo Hayes did a solid actual headbutt
Man.
to Jacob Fatu. But you look at the size of Jacob's head, that wasn't gonna go good for Melo.
No, you don't headbutt Samoans, dude. You go all the way back to the 80s. And, Haku and Afa and Sika. You don't
want
do
those
that.
problems.
You don't want that smoke. Yeah, so I think if Jacob loses, it's because he's not factoring into the finish, I don't think. You see somebody? They in Toronto.
I gotta look back on that and see.
Oh, smack.
Hold up.
Oh, boy.
All gas, no brake.
Are they going to
Here we
move?
go. Oh, dang. Yeah, they got out of the way real quick.
Sean Swaby says Jacob has not been pinned as of yet. I didn't think so, because it feels like they're going to make a big deal of it, kind of like when the Usos pinned Roman, for the first time after like 2 years.
What do the people got to say? You got LA Knight, Sophie Dophie, Carmelo Hayes for 3 Diglets.
Okay.
Justin Holocrane's got Fatu. Jack Roman's got Jacob. Dulcie Chatham is saying LA Knight pinning Carmelo.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Knight wins, it's got to be that way.
Jacob wins, LA Knight. Okay, this is all over the map.
Yeah. That's good, man. That
like
means
it.
we've got a compelling conflict in front of us right now.
Do you think we will see Roman versus Jacob at some point? Gots to.
Yeah. I think
Gots to.
that's one of our possibilities for WrestleMania for Roman.
Gots to. Well, I'm gonna be honest with. Can I help you? Y'all got the channel mask. All right.
They need it.
Look, you guys got 2 snacks already. I got to take it to the chat. If you want me to give the channel mascots one more snack, give me a hell yeah.
Like, we've had 2 snacks, yes, but what about third snack?
Because Bone Crusher just woke up from her slumber. She was like, hey, what's going on? I want some food. Don't give me no
She's
love.
like, feed
If I get
me
one hell
more.
yeah, y'all will get 1 snack. But if I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, dog.
You think we should give these channel mascots a couple of snack wisers?
George Lewis said, hell yeah. Okay,
All
we got
right.
the 1 hell yeah.
Diglett said, give Bone Crusher a, I hate you.
All right. You always want a snack? I hate you. Why you do this to me, man? Why you do this to me? All right, there you go. So y'all can see, I'm a man of my word. Bone Crusher. Stella Rose.
Bone Crusher is ready.
There you go.
All right, Stella.
All right, they got their little snack. That's
All right,
it.
All right.
That's it.
Ken 88. I think show hasn't been bad. I think it's been solid. It's a go home show before a PLE, so, they don't ever make any life changing developments the night before a big show. But, you know, everybody still brought it. You know, nobody's really going halfway in the ring tonight. So I think it's been a solid show.
The show was good. Sean Swaby, I appreciate that. Positive vibes. That's what we're all about. It's a family show. We get a little cheeky, you know, we like to have a little fun, but there's a lot of other people doing stuff out here that gets a little more rated R superstar. And that's fine for them. We just try to do what we try to do, try to bring the power of positivity. Boom, boom, boom. Somebody's got to now that the new day is.
Yeah, man.
what
I
it
mean,
is.
we should all sit back and remember that, like, we got into wrestling because we like it.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
there's no need for us to be in spaces where we're just further agitating each other towards hating wrestling. Like, why in the world would you invest time and energy in your life into hating a thing that you're voluntarily giving your time to? Like, that's just toxic, bro.
Hi, Joe Davidian. Sophie Dopey. So who the priest then? You said every family's got a priest.
I think you got one priest.
Who's the
Does she
priest?
mean Damian Priest, or is she talking religious talk? I don't know what you mean.
I'm thinking Damian Priest on this
Okay.
one.
All right.
You love wrestling, Three Diglets. You love it. You know you.
Oh,
can
she's
say it.
saying I'm the priest. Well, I am a Protestant, so I don't know. Priest is not really the terminology I would use. I would go with pastor, but I'm glad to hear your confession. If you ever need to, you know, soothe your soul, we're here for that too. We are, and legit. I'm not just playing the pastor gimmick right now. We're happy to pray for you guys and whatever's going on with y'all. I mean, we've all as family risen and fallen together through some of each other's stuff. At least I can testify to that.
Oh, my brother, testify.
Over the past 10 or 11 months, I've been, you know, part of this group. So, yeah.
He's a legitimate
So
pastor,
we
by
take
the way.
that serious. You know, I'm an actual licensed pastor. It's true. So, anyway.
They can marry you if you want it.
That's not the main event of what our channel is, but it is on the undercard from time to time, you know?
Yes, I did see that segment. I do not recognize the name Cope. I'm just letting you know that right now.
Oh my gosh.
I do not recognize that. I don't know who that's
You know,
you just bearcatted yourself.
All right, let's
Hang on, let me just say this real
Yeah.
quick. Steven, get the tables. Okay. Thank you, Three Diglets. Love that one. Okay, go ahead, brother. He had to drink some water on this one. Hold on. He had to switch his seat.
one of the things that people who transplanted to AEW, I'm thinking Mox, Jericho, Cope, all these guys talk about is, real quick, Sophie, pastor and priest, they're very similar. It really just depends on what kind of church you work for. And the church I work for doesn't call it priest, but you're on the right track. So anyway, sorry to get technical with you. Anyways, one of the things they said was so good about AEW was talent having a little bit more creative freedom in the decision making of where stories are going, pitching ideas and stuff. And on paper, I think that is a really, really good thing. One thing I think AEW has been showing in their 5 to 6 years of existence is that some of these people need hand-holding and need filtering. Because not every idea that we're seeing on TV should have made it to TV. Not some of these name changes we get should have been name changes.
Thank you very much.
And so some folks need to be like, no, that's the drizzling craps, pal. We don't need that. You know, every once in a while, we need a little bit of that. Somebody to put their foot down and be like, no, we're not doing that.
Near fall.
Anyway,
to Jacob Fatu.
you know, I do believe that, and we can, there are, Dossie, you're right. A lot of people need to be reined in. This experiment has shown that some people actually need oversight, and also has shown that some people are who we thought they were. I don't know if you remember that with the old Dennis Green. They are who we thought they were.
Yep.
Claudio, you are who we thought you were.
Yep.
I'm sorry. And you had me believed that you were a world title guy, but even Tony doesn't have you as a world title guy. And if Tony hasn't put the belt on you either, I don't know, dude, then something's not there. But nevertheless, there are also other guys, Shelton Benjamin, Ricochet,
That's about right.
many others. Athena, why she's been relegated to Ring of Honor forever, I don't know, who And why did I just name all my kings and queens of my black brothers and sisters when I just said that? I didn't do that on purpose.
No.
I didn't do that on purpose. But all of them have shined a lot brighter leaving WWE.
Yeah.
So it's not just
Yeah.
a swerve. Did it again. Swerve. I mean, but like a lot of these guys, FTR. Okay, I'll give FTR. There's a white example.
There you go.
I knew there was one
Shining
somewhere.
white example. I love it.
Yeah, right. From their backs being shaved. So there are cases where people have thrived better in AEW than in WWE, and there are cases where it's proven that all that stuff that you had beef with was actually kind of making you better on TV.
True.
So I don't know.
Wow. LA Knight
Woo!
dives off the apron, takes out Jacob
Tony
Fatu.
Storm. Thank you, Diglets. Yes. I knew there was a huge example I was missing, and it's Tony Storm. Yeah. I mean, she's
done
definitely
well
that.
for herself in
Yeah.
AEW. Well.
Christian Cage, Sophie, I'll put Christian Cage over to say I think he has done peak work in every company he's
Yes.
worked for.
Yes.
He kind of, what I said earlier about Seth, sometimes I think he's underrated because there's always a guy who's just a little bit more on top than him.
Yeah.
I think Christian's a little like that too because he's never bad.
cover.
Oh, nothing but net. Oh,
Okay, first of
Samoan
all,
Swanton.
that was a
Here we
3.
go.
Jacob got off that rope a little too late. The ref was already going down for the 3 count.
But Jacob was going to be like, you ain't counting that 3.
Yeah, that's okay.
If there's anybody who can intimidate himself out of a ref botch, it would be Jacob. Oh, is he going to go for that? Oh.
Jacob just dived off the what the heck was I don't know what that was.
I don't know. What's? Oh, okay. LA. I guess he was trying to drag him the first
Not
time.
with the cover.
And 2. Hey.
LA
Knight
Knight with the
steals
win.
one and bails
LA Knight with the win.
with the respect. Yeah. I'm for it. We got a good match, and we're back to LA Knight and Nakamura.
There we go. Now I want to see what's going to happen. I want to see LA Knight get pushed to the brink of insanity. I want him to go to Maximale Model's frustration.
Oh, okay. That kind of motivation.
You
I was about to
understand?
say,
Yes,
yeah,
that's what I want. Like he is going to face Shinsuke. We had an incredible promo from Shinsuke. If LA Knight comes out the loser in that match, he better do a flip.
Yeah.
He better do a flip, Jack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they are ex-WWE guys. It's just kind of how it is, and that's why I kept saying for the longest time that it's WCW 2.0.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the same and it isn't. Now, Dro, to answer your question, I'm wondering what Cody's surprise is. He's going to be coming out now.
He and Punk. Let's see what's up.
He wants your soul.
You're on top of the world. What could he possibly offer you? I mean, what do you think young Cody would have done with that offer? I know what young CM Punk would have done.
Young Cody would have gone to Stardust.
Main event WrestleMania, biggest star in the world. I'm wise enough now to know that I'm happy that offer never came to me. I know a lot of people giving you advice.
Uh-oh.
You know I have no
It might be Sophie Dophie. Green shirt guy talking. I would talk to him too. Green shirt guy apparently got a lot of scratch.
Yeah, right.
shine it up real good.
Turn that cylinder sideways and stick it straight up. You can't hear it. Yeah, I love it. There you go.
Follow your instincts and listen to your heart. But do you, man. I'm not trying to influence you. I'm going to do me and I'm going to win the Elimination Chamber. I'll see you in the main event of WrestleMania.
We have got to have Punk and Cody at Mania. I don't care which one is the face and which one is the heel. But that is round 2 of them doing soul searching together. And there's clearly, I mean, look, did you see Punk's shirt too with the light and the dark on it? It's very Star Warsy.
I did.
Like
I did.
very easily Cody could turn and Punk could be like, you know, the Redeemer with everything, with his back against the wall. Or Punk could be the snake that Punk has always been and be like, psych, I'm actually Dwayne's guy.
Okay.
I don't care who's on what side.
Man.
Give me Punk and Cody in the main event.
Oh, wait, so are you
Please.
telling me we might get a swerve and Punk would say, I'm actually... I don't know if I'm ready for that.
All right, everybody hop in your DeLorean real quick. Dr. Stephen Brown will take you back to 1998 Survivor Series.
we go.
Deadly Game.
Story time.
The WWF title was up
And I'm
for
going to get to your
grabs.
super chat, 3 Diggles.
A year removed from the Montreal Screwjob. Vince McMahon says, we're having a new WWF champion tonight. We're going to crown a corporate champion, and it's going to be my hand-picked champion, Mankind, Mick Foley, who's wearing his button-up shirt and tie over his sweatpants. And Steve Austin's like, hell no, son, I'm going to win my WWF title back, blah, blah, blah. And The Rock is white hot as a babyface.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Austin gets screwed by Shane McMahon as a special referee in the match. He's out of the tournament. Rock is defeating all odds, and they get to Rock Mankind in the finals, and it's a rehash of the Montreal screw job. Rock was Vince's corporate champion all along.
Mm-hmm. Are you picking up what he's laying down? Are you feeling this? That man, I don't know. I don't know if today's WWE universe is ready for that.
I think we could do it again. They have done, it's not a carbon copy. It's not exactly the same layout as it was before, but they have been homaging Attitude Era stuff for quite a bit now.
Yeah.
With in NXT and on the main roster. Yeah. And I'm telling you, dude, for me, for my money, it doesn't matter where the face heel alignment is, as long as Cody is on one side of it and Punk is on the other at WrestleMania. Man, that would do it for me. We just have this wealth of worthy contenders at the top of the men's division on the main roster now for that title. And I don't know where the chips fall on everybody else, but that's the one I would want to do.
Man.
That's what I would want to do.
Man.
I don't know which one of them aligns with Rock, but either one of them you could tell a story with.
Man. All right. 3 Diglets says, damn, Lily Garcia used to say, yeah, one announcer night. Guess the higher-ups told her to give it a rest.
Why? Why would they do that?
Yeah, you're right about that.
I mean, you already ran off Samantha Irvin.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you
Lillian
did.
Garcia trying to have some fun.
Lean into it, man.
Don't hate fun. Don't be the NFL.
Lean into it. It's just like when Smith was coming out with Chelsea. Like she was just doing these little things that announcers never did before.
She was so good. She was such a student.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
That's lame.
Oh, Michael Cole's going to be in the ring, huh? Okay.
That's lame. Thank you, 3 Diglets, for supporting us with that.
Michael Cole looks like he's gone to Nantucket for the weekend for a barbecue.
He does. He looks like he's...
It's like, somebody got some Tom Collins mix?
That's a fine drink for that.
Let's try it out of
for
Meet the
that
Parents.
event. It's the freaking Catalina wine
Mixer. Boats and hoes. Oh, gosh.
Okay.
I agree, Diglett. Samantha was a treasure. She was the best announcer we had since Finkel, for my money.
Yeah. Yeah, she was excellent. And again, this is a situation where she's like, look, I want to expand myself and do more. And they were like, no, we like you where you are. That's a disservice.
Sure.
That's a disservice, man.
Yeah.
You want to, it's human nature to want to improve your station in life. All of the brass back here used to be something else.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember Hunter Hearst Helmsley?
Oh, gosh.
You didn't see him being in the position that he
Coming
is
out
today.
to Ode to Joy, like the terrorists in Die Hard.
It reminds me, if you remember, we're going to go to the way back machine.
Right.
I want my MTV. MTV was a fledgling channel,
Yeah.
just trying to find their way, and would have anyone on anything that would stick to a wall. Fine, you got a show.
Yep.
To now being the juggernaut that it is, where it's not quite the same, and you forget where you came from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I remember when the Food Network first came on, and he had a show on there called How to Boil Water. That was literally the name of the show. How to Boil Water. It was so rudimentary. I'll never forget these shows. And it's like you want to improve yourself, just like a wrestler. You want to change and grow and learn more about the business, and you feel like you can be better used someplace else, like I'm being stifled.
Yeah.
And it's a bummer if you're just like, yeah, because then you forget where you came from.
Yeah.
And it bums me out.
I would be interested. Like, I wish they would have asked. Maybe they did. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I would have loved to have seen them engage with whatever she wanted to do, and maybe like say, let's create a plan for you to explore this other thing, but please keep announcing for us while we're figuring that out.
Yes.
Like, because she was, I mean, gosh, she was so good.
No,
And
no
I
one like
get
her.
it that she had bigger aspirations than that, and she's worthy of that. But I wish there was a way not to work her too hard, but maybe let her do both or something.
Hold on. If there are cops that are following you, wow.
I told cops I'm walking home after corn.
Well, tell them that you are a freaking firefighter.
Yeah.
And leave me the heck alone. What
That's
the
right.
heck? Yeah, JoJo was fine, but she was no Samantha
Dadgum
Irvin.
hero.
I love you, Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. We got Cody Rhodes in here with Michael Cole. Yeah, Michael Cole looks like he's just on. He came from Cape Cod. Like,
Yeah,
this
man. Yeah, he's got them Cape Cod potato chips at his
Yeah,
desk.
for real. You know,
He's
did we
got
just
some
go
salt and
boating?
vinegar over there. Yeah,
What is happening right now?
he's got that Izod covered up by that blazer.
Spent some time in Maine. What is happening here? But okay,
Sean, I'm gonna gently disagree that the real
I don't know
reason
who the surprises
he got where he is because of who he's married to. Because Shane was Vince's son, and he ain't doing nothing.
He made
So like
big boss moves.
just family adjacency isn't enough.
No.
Hunter had to put in his own work.
Yeah.
And honestly, you could make the argument that him being so close to Vince, he might have had more to prove.
Yeah.
Hunter is a, no pun intended, I really mean it, a student of the game.
Yeah, he is.
And I mean, so I do think that probably got him off the ground, but I think he did his own work to keep himself where he is.
But not just a student. Yeah, he's a student of the game of professional wrestling, but like as a promoter, he really figured out how to ingratiate himself in such a way to earn the trust of not only Vince, but all the other execs, and not only learn, but delivered consistently.
Yeah.
This was, he positioned himself, he did what he needed to do to survive.
Yeah.
And he did it. Uh-oh. Here we go.
What if Rock bought him a new butts?
Hold on. We've got something here for you. There's a special gift. Something's coming up. Oh, look at this.
Dude, this is such like, that's like the same model of Dwayne's truck.
It is. It is. We were walking the channel mascots this morning, actually. We saw a similar truck. And B was like, is The Rock here? I'm like, even if he was, you ain't going in.
Yeah.
Wow,
there's no
look at
telling.
this.
There's no telling how much alcohol is in there.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. We got a video package.
Ford F1 Cody.
I don't know what all this noise I'm hearing is.
Oh, we're getting a live feed from The Rock, but we didn't get one from Cena?
Don't even get me going on that. Keep in mind, folks, we're going to be doing a live prediction show for Elimination Chamber right after SmackDown. Keep it
Look
locked
at
right
them
here.
both walking towards each other like that. Does he have the weight belt?
He's got a weight belt. He's got the weight belt.
I wonder what's on the back of that belt. I bet it's a new one. He's not showing it to us for a reason. It's got a Brahma bull on it.
He might have a Brahma Bull on it.
What if it's a new belt for Cody, a new weight belt for Cody that's branded?
I mean, You know, my apologies for putting your blood on the previous one.
And you're going to do the right thing. I know that you're going to do the right thing. Cody, by the way, enjoy the gift. It's a Raptor truck. The gift from the final boss to you. I got the logos all over.
I don't love the font on the hood.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little Val Venus.
Just like The Rock does on the open road. You love driving just like The Rock does on the dangerous road.
You see, why can't Cena do this? I'm sorry. I can't with Cena right now.
Did he say the dusty road?
Speaking of Dusty Rhodes, God bless his soul, the American dream. The Rock has been talking to your daddy all week.
Oh, wow.
He's been talking to your daddy all week long. And he told me you've been talking to him too. Which tells the final boss one thing, that you are going to do the right thing. Cody Rhodes, Sturgill Simpson, The Rock's favorite country artist. Ain't no point in not a thing.
Oh, shut up, Rock. Stop singing.
I mean,
That's cringe for me, but
I know.
I love everything else though.
Good girl.
At least he's quoting Sturgill Simpson. He's legit.
Yep, he is. The Rock might not. What up, Juju Butter, on that beat?
All night long to hear one thing. Picture some man. And the Rock music hits. The roof blows off that stadium. Rock walks out. He's going to walk. He's going to walk.
Walk out. Wow. Here we go, Dro. He kind of did, Sean. He kind of did. But the Shane Vince relationship was complicated.
Yeah.
Every opportunity you ever thought of is going to come true. The Rock will make that happen. You and your beautiful, amazing wife had the privilege of meeting. Your beautiful little girl, Liberty, who The Rock has had the privilege of meeting. All your dreams come true.
Bringing in the family.
All I'm saying, Steve Austin would have destroyed this truck by now.
Well, he ain't no Steve Austin, I'll tell you
he's
that.
not. What?
What? Do you got to go to do something?
Got a gift? June 11th, 2015.
2015.
Was that when Dusty died?
The Rock has been having great workouts in this belt that says Cody Soul. But right here, you know this date. This is the date that your daddy died.
Oh, dang.
Broke my heart because your daddy was one of my heroes. Don't break my heart again, Cody Rhodes. I'm coming to Toronto. You give me your soul, and you make me. You make me embrace you as my champion.
Oh, my gosh.
AJ.
That's exactly what he did
That-
and the other guys. Oh, my gosh.
That stokes my inner Bernie. Whenever I see that man, I'm putting him up on sight.
Wow.
Whenever I see this man, it's gonna be a misunderstanding.
Gonna be some furniture moving up in this.
You're gonna put the
Man.
date of my father's death on that belt. Boy, I would take that belt and bust you to the white meat. Wow.
I don't know what to say right now. I don't know what to say.
No.
I don't know what to say.
You can't. Cody can't say yes at this point.
Look, let me
I mean, he could,
let me explain this to you. Okay. The Rock, he was in WrestleMania headquarters. You guys might have seen this. He might have seen this. He saw a picture of his dad with Tony Atlas. He said it was a picture he's never seen before. He's staring at it. He starts tearing up. Like, these guys' daddy issues run deep.
Yeah. Why do you think all of them love Vince so much, despite him being a monster?
You beat this man within an inch of his life last year. You spill his blood on that belt. You said you're going to present it to his mama.
Yeah.
Now you got a similar belt. The Rock has got a present for you. You come out here with this truck, and now you've got Cody Soul, and you put the day of your daddy's death on there.
Man.
Now, here's the thing. I have to call foul on Cody Rhodes. I don't know if he took a Xanax I don't know if he was smoking some tweed. He was way too relaxed from my taste.
I mean, because in real life, like as soon as I saw the date on the belt, you would know my decision immediately. And I will say that is the tension of having to do pro wrestling, is that he can't show his hand until tomorrow night, because that's when the decision's going to be. But that moment was it, because I was really on the fence as to, in Cody's mind, whether he would take it or not up until that point, because it's like, you are promising a better life. And yes, I would sell my soul in the effect that it wouldn't be for the fans anymore, the typical pro wrestling babyface stuff. But that's like legit soul selling stuff right there.
Yep.
To where there is an unremarkably clear good and evil decision there. So if Cody does take it, that is, I wouldn't say irrevocable, because it wouldn't mean it could never change. But like, that's a heel turn you don't walk back from quickly.
No.
That's
was
some
wild.
Hollywood Hogan defines the second phase of your career stuff.
All right, we got some super chats.
Yeah,
We're gonna
man,
get to
hit
this.
it.
While I'm reading the super chats, drop your rate. We got to give our rate and our hot takes, and then we're going to go immediately into the Elimination Chamber prediction. So we got a super chat right here by none other than the Three Diglets. Three
right.
Diglets, so say you. I just want Rhodes to whip somebody with the weightlifting belt.
Yes.
The way Hollywood did it, dude. Give him your soul, Cody. Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
I'd love to see Cody whip Rock with that belt, with the soul of Cody and Dusty together.
And he follows it up with, yeah, The Rock's evil.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's evil.
he is.
Is
man.
he-
That?
Dr. Evil.
I'm hip. I'm with it. He's just coming up to Cody. He's be like, "Give me a hug."
Give me a hug.
Oh,
See, you know we're filming.
that's how Dr. Evil does the haka.
I love it. Oh my gosh, dude! He put his. Come on, man.
Listen.
And you were on the fence.
They do not. I said this on Tuesday when the Hardys showed up on NXT. There's levels to this, man.
There's levels to this. Y'all don't understand.
Drew is really close, but there just aren't heels like what The Rock's doing right now.
No. All right, 20 out of 20 for Brandon Thomas. George Lewis is giving us a 9.5 on that Richter scale. J.R. Dugan gives it a 9. 10 out of 20, 9.5 out of 20. Tyrell Breed, you're all over the place on that one. Michael Tolbert, 9. Isaiah Smalls, baby, 9.5.
All right.
Anthony gives it a 9. Justin Holocrane gives it a perfect 10. What is your rate and your hot take on SmackDown?
Oh man, I mean, like that closing segment really put it over the top. I'll give it a 9. I mean, because the hard thing is that these like go home shows for the PLE, they're not gonna do a ton because they're saving a lot for tomorrow, right? But we got to see everybody except Cena,
Who ain't winning?
who's already in the city, probably.
He's got to be.
He's
He was
probably in the
Hungary.
building.
There's no way he's flying out there tomorrow.
And I don't get that at all, that he couldn't have shown up for that promo
Yep.
segment. Nobody got physical, Promo segment was hot. Cody's every angle was either preserved or advanced. They've got plans going on with this U.S. title picture.
Yep.
Everybody's got something going on. LA Knight's going for the title. Jacob's beefing with Solo. Mello, Miz, what's happening there? Something's happening. So they're working. Things are happening. People have plans. It's good. So, and I mean, they kind of rushed Chelsea and Piper out there immediately, but at the beginning, but they were beautiful. They were great. Two of my favorite ladies in the company right now.
Yep.
But yeah. So I mean, I'd give it a solid 9, which for a go home show for a PLE is like factor in for an inflation is probably closer to a 10.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same with that. I think the show did what it needed to do. It hit pretty much all the right notes, even if there were some changes to it. They kind of got along with, and things got ironed out, And again, if there's any doubt that The Rock, regardless of how you feel about him coming in there and kind of pushing people aside, he's doing what's best for business. And I know that the the authority. That was their whole thing, doing what's best for business. No, man. He's doing what's best because this is what pro wrestling is. This is just entertainment.
Yeah.
And he did the very thing that they could have done with John Cena. John Cena's got to fly in.
Yep.
Somebody could have been there with a simple cell phone. All right, there's John Cena coming in, arriving for like something.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the video packages. Like, you got to make me believe. And if you don't care enough, and I'm going to say this loudly, I know you're a busy guy. There's no way you're going to tell me you're busier than The Rock.
No.
I refuse to accept that. If you are unable, incapable, unwilling, I don't care what it is. But if you're not going to do something live, yourself, recorded, like he did, why are you even here, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. Cena's absence is making Rock look generous
Thank you.
right now. And I beef with The Rock on this final boss stuff.
Yep.
And I want to give him credit. I want to give credit where credit's due, as Jesse Ventura would say back in the day.
Yeah, man.
That him removing himself as a wrestling option and being more of an authoritarian figure is opening up a spot for another dude on the roster to be his proxy. So, and instead of taking a spot from somebody last year, like he was getting accused of before they put Cody back, he is now opening a spot. He's creating jobs, for people instead of taking jobs. Took our jobs. So,
Here,
I'll get that out your way.
I'm going to give them, because he wants to go do bathroom business, and I'm trying to prevent that so we can get through this. So I want to
Snack
give them
it
one
up.
more snack so they can kind of stick around. I don't like doing this. It's way too much for their digestive system, especially this late at night. But I'm doing this for you.
Y'all got something in common with me, guys. Be eating too late.
All right, folks, here we go. Let me go ahead and lay it out. It's as simple as this. Thank you very much for joining us for Friday Night SmackDown's live watch along. We are now moving in immediately to this.
Lock
Bam!
it in. Chamber, baby.
Bam! It is time for the Elimination Chamber predictions show. Now, there's not a whole heck of a lot going on in the card, so we're going to keep this as short and as sweet as possible. All right?
All right.
Now, we know Travis Scott's going to be here. We don't know what Travis Scott is going to do exactly. Maybe he's going to perform. I don't know. He's got the hardcore belt, which, by the way, I was heartbroken when I first saw the Winged Eagle as a hardcore belt. I'm like, you just took my favorite belt and but it grew on me. It became a really good looking belt. And I got to say, this newly designed hardcore belt looks just as cool.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
And that's what the 24/7 title should have been. That's what Mick Foley should have pulled out of that bag that day.
Yes.
But I digress. All right. So we're going to end with The Rock, because that's actually a good way to end this, since they ended with The Rock. So let's start here. Let's go to the very tippy top. Let's go to the very tippy top. All right. What we got here, folks, is we got ourselves a lot of tension. We have a women's tag team matchup. You've got your WWE legend, Hall of Famer. We saw her tonight. Trish Stratus teaming up with your WWE champion, Tiffany Stratton, going against her former mentor and your queen of the ring, Nia Jax, and her tag team partner, Candice LeRae. My question to you, sir. We saw some craziness going on here tonight. Nia Jax popped up. It was wild. It was chaos. I love it.
Yep.
Traditionally, in a situation like that, whoever's standing in the ring afterwards isn't necessarily the one that's going to win the match.
Sure.
But I ask you, who do you got for this win?
I mean, this feels like a slam dunk that it's Tiffy and Trish.
Okay.
Because Tiffy's got to move on to Charlotte. The only thing that would give me pause is, shenanigans, either by Charlotte or shenanigans. This could be fun via Chelsea Green.
Okay.
Like, what if we got Chelsea versus Trish at WrestleMania?
Ooh.
But that was just a new invention in my head. I'm just going to go with my reliable thought. It's Toronto. Trish is there. She came out for this tag match.
Okay.
She ain't going home on her back. So I think Tiffy and Trish take this one.
You think so?
Yeah, and I think Candace probably eats the pin.
Okay. All right.
What about you?
I'm going to say this much. The last match that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the last match that Trish Stratus had, she lost. Am I not
Is that
incorrect on
with
that?
Becky Lynch, I think?
I think that was the
cage
case,
match?
right? She lost that match.
I think so.
And she still went out kind of doing her thing because that's what they typically do.
Right.
You know. I don't know if, and I know being an old schooler back in the day, Trish Stratus understands that whole you got to go ahead and give the nod, put the people over kind of a thing. And like I said, she has no right, no business, no way, shape, or form does she have to do this.
Yeah.
But she does it because she loves it. And I appreciate it. She still looks great. She can still go in the ring. There's a part of me that thinks she wants to kind of go out on top. Let me have a match and let me get a win.
Yeah.
I can still go. I still got some left in the tank.
Yeah. And this is a tag match too. It's not like she's running afoul of someone's singles push, you know? Like Nia just came off the title run. Tiffy is the champion now, and Tiffy's already got a direction headed towards Charlotte for Mania. So like I think this could be the most harmless way to give Trish sort of, you know, a good send off.
I like it.
With that.
So I'm good with that. I'm good
and
with
Candace
that.
still has the speed championship. so you know, that's not on the line.
You know,
Shout out to Candace though. I actually saw her speed match this week on X, and she's healing it up. She bails in the ring when she's about to lose, so time runs out. So she's like honky tonk man in the speed championship.
Just the honky tonk
so
man.
you know what? I respect that. I mean, at least she's trying something.
I'm not mad
Even though
at it.
they're not trying anything with that whole concept.
Well, see, but here's the thing though. Why are we hiding this belt? Like, why doesn't she come out? Why? If this is
It's like an
something that you
alternate
created-
universe where all that just exists there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you created something that literally nobody asked for.
Right.
Okay. Maybe somebody behind the scenes, but I'm saying like loudly.
Like Elon
we were
asked
not,
for it or something.
Yeah, we weren't crying out for this speed championship. But you don't wear it on the show. You're like, there's nothing. At least we got some shine on the 24/7 title.
Even the render graphic is hysterical. Like when they showed it once where it's like Microsoft Paint put on, like it was over top of someone's arm.
I mean,
stuff.
it looks it's a crazy looking belt,
Yeah.
but I mean, clearly you're embarrassed by it. I don't know. That's why it's on X.
right.
Call me crazy. I don't know. All right. So that's that. Let's go over here. This is a very interesting situation. Elimination Chamber match. This, my friends, is going to get ugly.
Diglett super chatted his Trish prediction. by the
Okay,
way,
I'm gonna
too.
read
just,
that.
Just so you know it's there.
Let me read that before I get into this. But we've got Sami Zayn and we've got Kevin Owens. Fight, Owens, fight. Now, my man, 3 Diglets, has a super chat. Let me go ahead and lay it on you. Thank you very much, 3 Diglets. Circle message. I got Trish and Stratton taking it for the same reason Steven said. I don't see this going anywhere, though. Storyline wise, I think Trish is just here because it's Canada.
Yeah.
We love you, Trish. Now get out.
Get out.
All right, we're putting a tariff. We're putting a tariff on Trish Stratus. She's going to be a lot more expensive to try to get this import in here.
Just go sit at Tim Hortons. There's no Waffle House for you,
No
Trish.
Waffle House over there. Yeah, I think you're right, and I'm good with it. But again, it could have been anybody.
Yeah.
It really could have been anybody. I realize that they're in Canada, which is great. It could have been Natalia.
Yeah.
It really could have.
I'm glad it wasn't Natalia. Though.
Well, yeah, I'm not mad at it either, but I'm saying like we don't need Trish unless you feel like Elimination Chamber by itself didn't have enough weight to get some eyes on the product. I don't know, but I'm not mad at it. And I love the fact that she was in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know what? Let me go into a cage match. Let me explain something to you. A cage match can get ugly,
Yeah.
like really quick. This isn't plastic.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is legit, like ripping flesh off the
Solid
bone
steel.
metal. You know what I mean? So this is a woman that has this long since ridden off into the sunset and doesn't need this. She don't need these problems. She don't need to wake up like, oh gosh, I need a nice bath. Like she doesn't need it, but she does it because she loves it. And I appreciate it. I'm sure the I'm sure the scratch is pretty
Sure,
good too.
yeah.
I'm not mad at the scratch.
Especially, conversions to Canadian money.
So who do you got? KO and you got Sami Zayn. Talk to the people.
This is a hard one for me to call. I do think they're going to go out there with intention and try to steal the show, which is going to be a tall order for this night with 2 chamber matches, which are going to be filled with violent spots, I'm sure. I'm going to take a risk here, and I'm thinking about the potential. So part of this, too, is that this is the last PLE before WrestleMania. So whatever happens tonight has to, in some part, set up a trajectory for WrestleMania for people who don't already have trajectories.
Right.
And the only people that have concrete trajectories right now are Charlotte and Tiffany and Jay and Gunther. And Jay and Gunther aren't even on this show, or at least they're not wrestling. Travis Scott may come out and yeet with Jay in between matches for all we know. Who knows? But for Sammy and KO, I mean, I think the reward, if we could call it that, for all this violent, back-breaking, literally and figuratively, back-breaking work KO's been putting in over the past 5 to 6 months, this feud with Cody and what he did at the Rumble, and taking L's that whole time, I think he's going to take this one. And I think post-match we'll get a return from Randy Orton.
Ooh, yeah.
And that'll be his trajectory.
Now we're talking.
Sammy will have a trajectory. They love Sammy. Sammy earns his spot. He'll get something at Mania. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
Now we're cooking with love.
I'm calling KO though.
Let me see what the people got to say. Fareed Sahig's got KO for this. George Lewis, Sami Zayn wins. Orton will cost Kevin Owens.
Okay, that's a possibility too. He could show up before the match is over.
That's interesting. Justin Holocrane's got KO. Sami Zayn for Anthony. KO in a bloody matchup. JR Dugan. Sammy wins, so says Firefighter. Roland Bird's got Sammy for the win. JR's got KO. All right. Dawsey says Orton shows up to set up WrestleMania match between him and Kevin Owens.
I also think too a Mania match between KO and Orton could be like the package pile driver versus the punt. Like
I'm not mad at that.
2 putting people on the shelf moves.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. What up, Walter Mitchell? It's your boy, Walter Mitchell. 3 Diglets over here says, let me drop some gospel on you. All right. Zayn wins, and then it is what the dogs are doing. And then Owens lays him out with the package pile driver. Orton arrives and puts a hurt on Owens, goes for an RKO, and Owens escapes just in the nick of time, slithers his way out of the ring.
I can see that too.
I can see
good booking.
all kinds of possibilities here. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know exactly how it's going to play out, but I do know that the man that's going to have his hand raised is going to be Kevin Owens.
Okay.
I'm going with Kevin Owens on this one. I think it's going to be a great match.
Oh yeah.
I think we're going to see a possibly slightly unhinged Sami Zayn, because any man that shows up outside my house,
We start talking bringing family into it.
you know, we about to it's going to get ugly, and this is an unsanctioned match.
Never talk about a family man's family. And that's where he goes to his dark place.
But I think it's a perfect time for Orton to show up. But again, how he integrates himself into this, that I don't know.
Yeah. We all turn into Liam Neeson from Taken when
We're going to be going out in a second.
you invoke our families.
All right, let me see what we got over here.
Unless
Let's go
you're
with
Cody.
this. Let's go with this. You know, ladies first. Ladies first.
Okay.
All right, folks. Here we got the Elimination Chamber match for the women. Lining up here, and we saw some stuff tonight. We got Roxanne Perez, the prodigy, man. The prodigy. Coming over from NXT. You got Alexa Bliss, who laid out a one Roxy. You've got Bayley, the role model, none other than newly crowned tag champ Liv Morgan, the EST of WWE, who has been dethroned. Bianca Belair, along with her tag team partner, the glow of Naomi. Now, how are you liking this? And what is your thought?
This is going to be a good match. First of all, I think all those ladies can go. I think it's going to be real interesting here. So I got to start with process of elimination.
I'm going to bring up the graphic again for you. There
Thank
you
you.
go.
All right, so I'm knocking Liv out because she's a tag title holder, and I think So, by the way, so whoever wins this match is challenging Rhea at WrestleMania.
Yep.
Assuming Rhea's champion still by then. So Liv, first of all, has already done her business with Rhea and is tag champs with Raquel. So you can presume that sometime at Mania or right close to Mania, the tag titles will be defended. So that takes Liv out of the equation for me. Next, I'm going to take a risk here and say that Bayley and Roxy cancel each other out.
Yeah. Okay.
Even though we had that finish tonight be what it was, I think they cancel each other out. Although I wouldn't hate Roxy winning though, because I'd love to see Roxy and Rhea mix it up.
I wouldn't mind.
Naomi is a rat snitch. We know this.
Yep. Dirty.
So rat snitches get rat snatched. And I wouldn't be surprised. I think it would be wild if Jade returned during the match and snatched up Naomi.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
And you get that drama unfolding during the match. Like
wouldn't be
maybe
mad at that.
Bianca's still in her pod, so she can't get involved. And then you're like, she's like, what? It was you? And like that way she doesn't get involved in any of the beating. That's how I do that, by the way, if that's what they're going to do.
I like it.
Which takes me down to Bianca and Alexa. Alexa's returning, obviously, but they keep making her Wyatt 6 adjacent.
Yeah.
And those are all SmackDown people, and this is for a Raw championship. Give me Bianca.
Yeah.
Process of elimination, give me Bianca. And I've been dying to see Bianca and Rhea one-on-one again. You know, because they I don't even think they went one-on-one in NXT. It was always like triple threat matches, I think.
Yeah.
But that's what I want to see. So
Let me see what the people got to say on this one here, because, I mean, you're saying some things right here. What do the people have to say? Let me go ahead and see what we got over
to the
here.
people.
We got Bianca for Brandon. We got Bianca for George. Justin Holligren's got Alexa. For Reed's got Liv. Anthony's got Alexa. Dulcie says, got to be Bianca or Bliss. Bianca, maybe Alexa for Wesley Franklin. Got Bianca. Jay comes out at the end pointing her hand at Bianca. So says J.R. Dugan. Roxanne Perez, my top pick. Second is Bianca Belair. Third is Alexa Bliss. So says Roland Bird.
Yeah.
Firefighter thinks we're going to see Jay tomorrow night. Bayley versus Roxanne Perez at WrestleMania. I mean, I hate to burst your bubble on that one, but all right, here's my pick. Here's my take.
Big old super chat.
Uh-oh.
We got.
Hold on. The biggest single super chat of the night right here by none other than the big dog.
He picked up that 500-pound super chat, dude, and slammed it right in the middle of the Silverdome, brother.
Like I did. Yeah, I love that. Let me go ahead and lay it out to you, man. At first I thought Perez would win it and then would challenge Julia. But now with the champ versus champ at Roadblock, that won't happen anymore. I would love for Belair to win, for Cargill to then cost her at Mania, but I'm going with Liv, and we get Rhea versus Liv one last time.
You know what? I would scoff at that at first, but you know what? Rhea and Liv's feud was so good.
Yep.
They deserve to run it back at WrestleMania.
Yep.
So even though I'm skeptical that they would actually pull the trigger on that, they have earned it, and I wouldn't be mad at it.
I want to go ahead and just say a big thank you to Three Diglets for that big bomb. Thank you very much, brother, for showing that support.
Three Diglets.
He can't help it. I'm looking at the landscape here. I'm looking at these ladies. I love them all. It is not going to be Bayley.
No.
Okay, because the reality
Sorry,
is
CJ,
this.
wherever you are.
Who is going to put arses in the seats and want this to be a match you want to see at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Bayley's, whatever they're doing with Bayley right now, and this has nothing to do with her or any of these people. This is just creative. It ain't hitting with her right now.
Yeah.
It's not in that way. Okay, and that's fine. That's fine. Naomi, she's been a former champ. Look, we're looking at former champs here. Okay, look at all these ladies are former champs. All of them.
It's true. Yeah.
Every single one of them. So WWE at one point or another has believed them to be the face of the company, during that time. So this is nothing against any of these ladies. I'm saying here, the 2025 for WrestleMania, what is the money match? The money match for me is either Roxanne Perez or Bianca Belair.
I agree with that.
I think that's the money match. I think they're trying to get eyes on NXT. I am torn as of right this second. I am torn between Bianca and Roxanne Perez. But okay, guys, we're tearing down the set. Can we not?
They're having an unsanctioned match here in the
They're
corner.
having the Chandler Mascots are having an unsanctioned match right here. But I'm gonna have to think about this one. I really am. I'm really torn.
Dawsey brings up an interesting point too, that Io is still waiting in the wings, cutting promos about trying to have her WrestleMania moment too.
That's true.
She has been building that on Raw. So if they end up even making that a triple threat match and finding a way for Io to make it in there, I wouldn't be mad at that either. I want good things for Io Sky. I love her so much.
Well, I'm going to be honest
I
with
just
you.
want to give her a big hug and thank her for being an amazing wrestler.
If it were a triple threat match, I would rather it be Roxanne. If it's not, because if you recall, Rhea did go to Bianca and say, "We'll get back to this,"
Yes.
and they never did.
I only want Bianca if it's one-on-one.
And that's exactly my
Yeah.
point. So I'm going to go now. My decision has been made. Bianca Belair for the win.
Okay.
Bianca, because
Etch it in
this is
stone.
going to cause some. But again, Jade Cargill is also the wild card in this. I don't know what factor she's going to play in. I know we've all been kind of hypothesizing who did her in. When I'm firmly in the belief that it was Naomi. How that plays into the tag team between her and Naomi and Jade, I don't know.
I assume Jade at Mania is going to have whoever the perpetrator is.
Yeah.
Or perpetrators. We'll see.
This is going to be
But
wild.
diamonds are forever, and so are AJ's predictions.
Woo!
Woo!
Now let's go on over here.
It's the belt. The belt does it to you, man. Well, that's appropriate because we can't see him.
Can't see you, John Cena. You can't give us the time of day, brother.
We've even had Santino Marella back on
He even
WWE
brought in the
television. John Cena.
Steady.
That was so good. NXT is so good right now, you guys.
You don't understand.
Join us on Tuesdays.
You don't understand. My man is doing live watch alongs. Please
It's
go
so
check it
good.
out.
It's so easy to watch along because it's so good right now.
So we saw all of these dudes here tonight except for the one in the center, John Cena. So we've got Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Seth frickin' Rollins, CM Punk, and of course one Mr. John Cena. Now this is a very interesting situation.
Yes.
I originally had Cena for the win.
Okay.
But like I said, there's no investment for me in him winning this match if you don't have the courtesy to show up. At least in a video package, you actually giving us something that we haven't already seen.
Yeah.
Something new.
Yeah.
Ricky Starks did it. When he popped up, he just popped out of a car and did his little thing. And then, that took all of 5 seconds. I mean, it's so simple to do. I'm no longer invested in this man winning this match. I don't care. And I think you're right. I think he probably will be like number 5 or maybe if not number 6 in here.
Well, if you got to keep him fresh till December, he can't be the Iron Man in that match.
No, goodness
It's
no.
too risky.
So what do you got?
I got to say, there's more branching storylines out of this than the TVA could even handle by going through each opponent like I did with the women's match. So I'm just going to go with my heart, say CM Punk. Because for me, you either have to have a babyface winning this match that the crowd is going to get behind if Cody says yes, or you have to have somebody that can just as easily be a hateable heel and be Rock's proxy if Cody says no. And we don't know what the favor is, but the favor still exists in this universe, whatever it may be. So there isn't, no disrespect to Damian Priest, but there is a competent storyline for all other 5 guys to get to that main event, to include Rock or not Rock. And out of all of them, Punk has had 2 face-to-face promos with Cody, and it has been shut up and take my money after both of them.
That's right.
Both tonight and on Raw a couple weeks ago.
That's right.
I know they're noticing that. I know they're hearing the crowd when they say that. So I know it has to be on their plate to get to either now or in the very near future. So let's do it now. Give that man his WrestleMania main event. He has suffered long enough. I don't care if he gets screwed out of the match. Just give him that moment. give the man the moment, okay? Give him his moment. He has earned it. He went to work in the Royal Rumble. He did a Hell in the Cell match with Drew. And I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out midway through the match. He's not going to be in pod number 6.
No.
He's going to have his working boots on.
No.
And he'd probably be out there dressed like Bret Hart in Toronto and all this stuff, wearing his pink and black Star Trunks. And he's going to come to work, and just give it to Punk. And it doesn't matter if I don't care if he's a heel or a face. Just give me Punk and Cody main eventing night 2 of Mania.
Okay.
With Rock in the shadows.
Let's see what the people got to say about this. Let's see what the people got to say. Rhea versus Io Monday at the Chamber. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
That's right. I forgot about that. Thank you.
You're
so
right about
Io
that,
could be
Anthony.
champion going into Mania.
I don't see it.
I mean, I just want her to go to
I don't
Mania.
see it.
I'm such a wish fulfiller. Like I'm like
I
for
don't
the
see
people
it.
I like.
I love Io. I have no issues with Io. Again, this is WrestleMania. This is the grandest stage of them all. This is whatever is going to happen with The Rock and Cody and Roman, God knows what. There are big plans here. And we're talking about the champion is a anchor of a PLE.
Yeah.
And Io doesn't carry the weight that Rhea does. She just doesn't.
She's not a poster girl. Rhea is the Hogan and Andre, and Io is the Savage and Steamboat.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, you need both of those to have a good event. But entertain this for a second. Ivy Nile takes the title from Bird Lady before Mania.
Oof.
And then we get Ivy Nile and Io
Bring it.
at Mania. Give a brand new Intercontinental title banger at WrestleMania.
Matter of fact, you know what?
Speaking of Savage and Steamboat.
Let's kick it up a notch. Let's because I miss personally the automatic rematch clause. I do. I love that.
Sure.
I know people are kind of tired of the triple threat. Let's put Bird Lady back in there. Let's get Lyra in that. Make it a triple threat. Because all of those ladies can go. All those ladies are good. And I think they clearly are invested in Lyra, and I think they need to have her shine on a stage like WrestleMania.
They really want her to be a thing.
You know what I mean?
And I think she can be. But
and I think that can happen in a triple threat.
she's got to gain some ground with the crowd, though. Yeah, for
She
sure.
does. She does. So the people got to say what? Seth, Punk, and Paul can't hold the SmackDown title?
Oh, it doesn't matter. If you're in the match, you're eligible. Because somebody said Bianca was a SmackDown talent too, but she's been a tag title holder for so long. She's been on every show.
Terrell's got Cena. Brandon's got Cena, Punk, or Priest. I mean, that's...
Priest, wow. Risky bet.
Anthony's got Punk or Cena. Justin's got Priest. 3 Diglets says either Punk or Cena. Okay.
Okay.
That's fair. Cena, not going to do none of that stuff. WWE being told you just... Okay, you could be right on that, Jack Roman. Dylan Danger's got Punk or Cena. JR's got Punk. Fareed's got Punk. Cena, maybe. I think Punk, so says Wesley. Please, Punk keeps calling himself the devil. Yeah, I know. Jack's got Drew. Senor Damian Priest, so says Walter Mitchell. 3 Diggler says, let me go ahead and lay this on to you.
Okay.
Io versus Rhea will be a no contest, and the title match will be a triple threat. Io will give us a Mania moment. As far as the men's chamber, yeah, Punk. I hate you, Punk. I hate you.
He's undeniable, isn't he, Diglets?
I cannot thank you enough for that big super chat, 3 Diglets. Thank you for supporting us today in B's absence. Thank you very much. A and Seth, I have a question. Steven, I have a question. Remember Stone Cold working with Mr. McMahon back in the 1990s?
Yeah.
I do think Cody or Punk become heel to join The Rock.
Cody or Punk?
Or Punk.
Yeah, I mean, I think at WrestleMania, The Rock will already have his corporate champion. I don't think they'll do the WrestleMania 17 thing where Cody and Rock shake hands like Austin and McMahon did, because that was a failure. Like the crowd never accepted that. They could accept Cody as a heel though. But anyway, I think we'll already know Rock's hand. I think Rock will show his hand, if not tomorrow, then in the lead up to WrestleMania. I think we'll know going
let me
into
ask
that
you
match.
this.
Who's on whose side?
If the favor is going to be called into question here,
Yeah.
do you see Paul Heyman coming out with Punk or coming out at some point in any way, shape, or form, interjecting himself into this chamber match?
Well, the way that I would do it is
See that
speaking of homages.
Uh-oh.
One of my favorite story threads was like the last 3 to 4 years of Shawn Michaels' career.
Mm.
And Marked by Wrestling, one of these days, is going to do a long form video on that because it's one of my favorite long term story angles they've ever done. And I don't even know if they really did it on purpose as much as they fell into it, you know? But Shawn was so obsessed with getting a second crack at The Undertaker at WrestleMania. He was going to win the Royal Rumble. He failed.
Yep.
And he was eliminated. Never mind, I don't want to get too deep in the weeds. But so he failed. Elimination Chamber. And he was going to do that because Taker was champion. And he was going to challenge Taker as the Royal Rumble winner. And he's like, and you won't be able to deny my match. Because Taker had already said no.
Yep.
He'd already turned him down. So instead, Taker and Jericho, who had made Shawn's life a living hell, punched his wife in the face, bloodied him, almost took his eye out the year before, or 2 years before. Taker and Jericho are the last two in the chamber. And Shawn pops up out of the grate.
Yep.
And Sweet Chin Music's Taker and allows his hated enemy to be world champion just so he can goad Taker into giving him what he wants. What I would do is Punk cashing in the favor would be Punk and Seth being the last two. And the tribal chief pops up out of the crate and takes out Seth. And that is the favor. Wow. And because then you have you can still tie some things up around that with Rock if you want to. But Punk gets his main event with Cody. You can factor Roman in somehow sooner or later afterwards if you want to. But yeah, because Roman ain't done dancing with Seth yet.
No.
I don't think that story is done until they're brothers again. But that's my personal take.
You think they'll actually mend fences like that?
I think that's the long game.
Wow.
Like I think they will work. I think they will like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels this thing. Like eventually they'll end back up as brothers again because something that Roman is doing. He is the man without a tribe right now. And he's had to respect, and the only way he got people back was by loving them and respecting them again. He respects Jay again. Jay gets his back again. He, so anyway, I think that requires patience and storytelling. And I don't think that would happen quickly. And doesn't need to happen quickly either.
You know what? I like everything that you just said here. Everybody made some good points. Looking at this landscape, the only one that really truly makes sense to go on to face, let's just assume it's going to be Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania.
I would think so.
It's CM Punk.
I mean, I think that's your money match right now.
I think it's CM Punk.
I think the crowd has been most reactive to Punk as a potential competitor more than anybody else there right now.
Yeah, I think it's time for him to get his moment. But
Seth did a really good job selling it the other night, but they've fought each other like 3 or 4 times already.
Well, my thing is this, though. He did say today, there's no way in hell you're going to win this match. I'm going to make sure of it, which really kind of had me think like he's going, even if Seth gets eliminated, I don't think we've seen the last of him in that match. There's a part of me that feels like if he gets eliminated before CM Punk does, even if he like disappears, I think he's going to pop back up. And I think he might cost CM Punk the match. There's a part of me that also feels like that is a very good, strong possibility.
Yeah, that's possible.
And if that does happen, then I'm not entirely sure who wins it. So that's how I feel about it. I feel this could go one of 2 ways. Punk wins this, however that happens, it happens.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, it's because Seth Rollins interfere.
Yeah. There's just so many possibilities.
There really is.
We already made one Step Brothers reference tonight, but like there's so much room for activities.
Yeah, there is.
It's tomorrow. Like it really is.
And we're going to close it out with this, since we closed it out with this as well on SmackDown. And then I got to go ahead. There's a Chandler mascot that's got to do some bathroom business. Right here, folks. The Rock is really pulling out the stops right now. You had me at Ford F-150, but then you lost me with the date of your daddy's death on that weight belt. I don't know exactly what the long game here is, and there is a long game. The thing is, nobody knows. And I don't know how things play in. I've said this before. There are a lot of cooks in the kitchen. There are a lot of loose threads that need some kind of resolution. We've got a John Cena going on his farewell tour. Roman Reigns disappeared, but we know he's supposed to be popping back up after Elimination Chamber. There's nothing to say that he wouldn't show up at Elimination Chamber. I don't know how any of this is going to play in. We've got 2 months to Mania. No, this is the end of February, so we've got a month and a half to Mania.
A month and a half or so.
So there's a lot that can happen here. So the ultimate question is,
Good night,
will
Sophie. Good night,
he
Anthony.
or won't he?
I was really on
Good
the
night,
fence.
Anthony. Good night, Sophie Dophie.
I was really on the fence until I saw the date on that belt.
Mm.
And I got to say, even as a fan, like it gets personal for me. Like, and
He's
I
a
won't.
fan. He's a fan. He's a fan.
Right. I have personal family sentimentality kind of tied into Cody's story because my dad was a big Dusty fan. And you know, he's the reason that I got into wrestling, my dad. The date on that weight belt, I don't know that I could respect. I would lose some respect for Cody, even in storyline. Like if he just said yes at this point, like you're going to need to have Brandy and Liberty tied up in a warehouse somewhere. To make him say yes. Like there's just like, unless Cody was already feeling heel and hiding it from us, if he's somehow convinced by that, like, nah, that ain't it. I would want Punk to beat him within an inch of his life.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Cody, and I, you know, just for my money, I'm far more interested in Cody saying no, and then Rock picking a successor, because I'd be very interested to see Rock explain his successor, and then determining who that person is.
So it's a no for you.
It's a no. It's an absolute no for me. What would be fun is if Punk won that match, but Punk is not Rock's successor. And then that ends up being a triple threat. Like, what if Roman is the successor? But no, I don't like that. Never mind. Don't like that. Don't like Roman going heel again. It would need to be like hypothetically, it'd need to be like a Drew or a Logan or somebody like that. If it wasn't Punk or Cena, if he was open to it. But yeah.
Aaron Drew feels like Roman's going to cost Seth the Chamber match. Do you think Jey Uso versus Gunther opens on one of the nights?
I don't know until we get more of the card.
Yeah, that's a tough call. I don't know what Mania is going to look like.
Because currently, I think it could close night one.
I think it should close.
Yeah,
the night's got to have it's like I said in the relay race, the last leg brings it home.
Yeah,
and this man has been white hot, and he's been beat down. He's been ridiculed. Gunther has punked him, and that is how you close a show.
Yeah,
because I don't know who would want to follow that.
Oh, WWE is probably kicking themselves, just like dying to close night one of WrestleMania with the drone flying around the stadium with everybody eating.
Yeah.
Like, you have to think about the shots of WrestleMania you're going to see in video packages for the next 20 years.
Yep.
And this, I'm going to tell you, like, it's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. Jay's getting that belt at Mania, and we are going to be in for the visual of a lifetime.
I want to see Jay get some wins. I want to see him do some matches. I want to see both him. I don't want to see a month and a half of promos.
Yeah.
I want to see both these dudes getting in some matches, getting some. I want to see some give and take, some back and forth. I want to see a seesaw between these two, so that by the time they get to the final dance, it feels a little more even. I don't want Jay to come in looking like the little chihuahua that just kept getting beat down by the big dog.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you know how Jimmy beat Drew the other night. I think they need to work. Jay and Gunther really need to put a match together where Jay gets one over on Gunther by out wrestling him.
Yeah.
Even if he gets lucky for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Because that would be the true blow to Gunther's ego, is if he got out wrestled by what losers online call the yeet merchant. Like if the dude who's just a catchphrase actually out wrestled you.
Hey man, but you know what? Be a catchphrase all you want, and that's all well to the good. But you
Catchphrases
know what?
pay.
It's money all day.
It's
all
a
right.
business.
We're gonna say this. I'm gonna wrap it up. You say hope Cody says no. Cody says no.
Yeah. We got another super.
Three Diggles just typing out in the super chat. And so says Three Diggles. Come on, Three Diglets.
Yeah.
Yeah, my man.
2 ain't enough.
This is what I'm
Three
talking about.
digits.
Rhodes doesn't accept the offer because, one, Cody loves his daddy too much to disrespect him, even in that storyline. And two, the truck was given to him so he can eventually crash it as a big F you to The Rock. The real question is, who is The Rock's guy?
Yes.
That's a big super chat. That's a big question.
Besmirching the name of the American Dream is more of a Dustin thing than a Cody thing. And you just kind of have to understand their family dynamics to recognize that. And I think a part of that is just the reality of their home. The affection Cody has for Dusty. And I'm not saying Dustin didn't love his dad either. But like clearly there was tension growing up between Dustin and Dusty.
Okay, we're going. Hold on.
And he let that out through Gold Dust and through some of those other gimmicks and stuff in the Attitude Era. Cody, the first time the world really saw Cody was when Dusty got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
That's right.
And that is a man who loves his dad. And I get that. I get that so much in my own heart. And like I totally agree with Diglets. Like because and he I don't think he would turn heel on his own dead father unless it was gonna be a Hollywood Hogan level. I'm gonna be a heel for the next 7 or 8 years.
Well, I'm going to tell y'all.
And I don't know if Cody, and maybe one day Cody will be ready for that, but I don't think it's yet.
Okay, we're going. We're going. I'm going to tell you. I hear you all, and I respect you all. But I got to disagree with you all, homeboys.
That's why we have this space.
All right. Yeah, I think the obvious choice would be for him to say no.
Sure.
Especially after tonight. But I think that The Rock is really going to put the pressure on him. He's really going to put the screws on him. He's going to just not give up. And I think it's going to be in a way that he can't say no.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to involve something. But I also think that Cody's going to do this. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say it like this. For those of you that remember Superman 2.
Yeah.
And
Neil
Superman went into that
Zod.
chamber. At the end of the film, he flipped it.
Yeah.
So they thought one thing and it was really something else. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Cody is in fact going to seemingly become his champion because he doesn't have any choice. He's forced to do it. Like you said,
agent.
Cody and the baby locked up in the, Brandy and the baby locked up in the basement somewhere. I don't know. In the Brooklyn basement, baby. You know, whatever it might be. But I think ultimately he's going to come back around and somehow Roman's going to get involved in this. Because Roman is going to be all like, whoa, hold up. What you mean you two are brothers? And then Roman is going to be talking to The Rock because Rock could be like, hey, I don't know what to tell you, Oos. There's a new brother.
Cody Uso. Yikes.
So that's my feel. I think we're going to see that type of champion.
Diglett says, what is A the third man? I'm like, but whose side is he on? But whose side is he on?
Yeah, that's my feeling on it. I'm going to leave it at that. I do want to thank you all for joining us for Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah, we were
live watch along.
in for the long haul tonight. Thank you guys for
We did.
sticking out with us.
We were going 3:30. This felt like a PLE.
Yeah, an
PLE
AEW
time.
PLE.
I got a channel mascot that's got to do business, and she's been holding it like a good girl. Let's give a big round of applause and a big thank you for the man marked by wrestling, Steven Sandridge.
Please sub to Marked by Wrestling, guys. I'll be in the chat with y'all tomorrow while we watch Elimination Chamber. And join me on Tuesday for NXT. We got to get our plates ready because we're going to eat in 2 weeks at Roadblock.
Man, you
Roadblock
don't
is going to
even
be
know.
something. We
You
got to have
don't
our
even know.
appetizer. We got to have our pretzel bites
And we
on
actually
Tuesday.
will discuss doing a combination prediction show for that because that's going to be hot.
Yeah.
That's
Block's
gonna
going to be hot.
Tomorrow we'll be back. B will be back here live in studio. We are coming at you at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Elimination Chamber live watch along. I want to thank our mod squad for keeping an eye on things. There was a bot in there. Y'all done got that bot. So I appreciate that. Thank you to our members. We got something special coming up for each and every one of you guys, to our subscribers. We wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for each and every one of you. Thank you so very much. To every single person that reached deep down into that pocket and said, because we love you, we want to show that love and support to you through your super chats, just like my man Three Diglets did right here. Come on. I'm not worthy, Steven. I'm not worthy. I'm scum.
Listen, Diglets, see you tomorrow in the chat at 4. The most elite time to have a super chat for a PLE.
Woo!
In this business.
The man is good.
Woo!
The man is good.
I'm working
Steven
on it.
is the GOAT. God bless you, Wesley
No,
Franklin.
you guys are
Thank
awesome.
you very much. We will be back here live tomorrow. Steven will be in the chat. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I
y'all next
thank you
time.
very, very much. God bless you. Have a good night. All right, we're going. See, she's right here.
She hears
like,
the wrap up. She's
I gotta pee. All right, we will catch y'all tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.
Paul Levesque, Lee Fitting. Good night. All right.